Tick-tock, time to rock. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon to everyone who's watching from all over the world. It's your friendly neighborhood philosopher here, D. Wood. With me now, I've got Apostate of Allah. How you doing?
That's me. I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
Hearing a little echo.
Yeah.
It's weird. It
Make
normally
sure you're
gives
on the right mic, Apostate of Allah.
It normally gives me well, she's not wearing headphones. Normally it gives me an option for echo cancellation, but it's not on there for some reason. Huh. That's weird. That's weird. All right, we'll see what happens. Right, we got Apostate of Allah here, and we got IP. How you doing, IP?
Doing good.
You heard of this Hijab guy? Guys, we got a good show for y'all. We got a good show for
I've heard of him. I've been trying to chase him down all week, man. He's fast. He keeps taking off every time he sees me. You know, I don't get it, man. I showed up on his live, he took off. Just been trying to chase him since, but every time he sees me, he bolts. He's fast for a big guy, I gotta say.
Yeah, and we're not going to see much of it, but right before he starts talking about Christina, he was talking about you. And there's like a minute. I got like a minute or two, but he was talking about you for a long time, and he was talking about all the conditions you would have to meet if you want to talk to the champ. And I'm sure it's going to be you have to have 1 million subscribers and this and that. And it's like, wait, who met any of these requirements? Who called in? Right?
Yeah, well, he talked to like 2 people prior to me that did not have that. He talked to people after me that did not have that. And by the way, when I was streaming, like I was waiting in his queue, we had more viewers for my live than for his. So I already have more viewers for my live, so I don't know what he's complaining about. I mean, it's kind of embarrassing if you think about it. The champ can't get more viewers than somebody he assumes is beneath him. But we all know this is just cover. He knows who I was. That's why he saw me. He got scared. He woke up. Dean responds in Australia at 5 a.m. over there. Get in here. You need to deal with this guy so I don't have to look stupid in front of everyone. That's what happened.
Yeah, and by the way, he stole this move. This is straight out of the playbook of Zakir Naik. Zakir Naik, way back in the day, debated two Christians that no one had ever heard of. Debated 2 people. Then, after that, all the actual Christian debaters challenged him, and we challenged him for years. He wouldn't go near us, and he would say, "No, you must have 10,000 people in." It's like, he started making all these requirements, and it's like, wait a minute, you didn't have that requirements for those guys. Isn't that weird? You didn't have, when did those requirements come about? Oh, conveniently when you had people challenging you that you didn't actually want to face. Interesting. And isn't that weird? Like, people would love, Muslims and Christians would love to see Mohammed Hijab versus inspiring philosophy. Would have been huge, but nope, can't do it. Has to. What is this? Can you do the Mimi slide out of camera frame? Yeah, I can. But I got a bunch of stuff, guys, just depending on what comes up in this live stream.
This is how you do it. When you see inspiring philosophy, this is what you got to do.
Yeah, I did it rolling a day or two ago. Yeah. So, guys, we got this.
It's gonna be a new dance move, the Mimi slide.
Yeah, so we've got Mohammed Hijab, and he keeps giving people like copyright strikes and so on, and he's playing this hide and seek game. Like, so right after he did this live stream, he took it down. Then he put it up on a different channel. And then as soon as I said, hey, we're going to go live to cover what he said about Christina. Soon as I said we're going to go live to see what he said about Christina, then all of a sudden it was this.
Yep.
Hijab, you freaking coward. You absolute coward. And first of all, I know you're a coward, so I downloaded this. I downloaded this as soon as I saw it because I know you're a coward, dude. So, yeah, you want to be a coward, don't post stuff to begin with. But anyway. So, yeah, we got the video, guys, and says some pretty nasty stuff about Christina. And this is interesting because Hijab, he knows the rules here. He knows the rules. he knows you start going after people's wives, things might start happening to the Quran. So we're going to watch some stuff. But even before he did that, he posted a video with Libiano where they called Christina a whore. And that was before Avery went on his channel, just completely baked him. I like Avery's cool, right? He doesn't I'll rip up. Matter of fact, guys, I got some Qurans and I got some beers here. I got some Qurans and some beers here. Good combination always for shows. But that's all response. In my view, it's like, okay, we have the level of debate and argumentation and stuff like that. You want to keep it on that level? I'll stay on that level. Totally fine. You want to now I'm going to dox you and go after your wife, go after families and threats and stuff like that. Okay, when you just start doing that, I start thinking, oh, you don't want to be in this level. You want to be on this other level where it's just this other stuff. And okay, if you wanted to leave the level of debate and discussion and argumentation and so on and go to some other level, fine. I got a pile of Qurans and I've got all kinds of things fun things to do with your Quran. But Avery approaches it differently. He doesn't do any of the stuff that I get into. He will just look for an opportunity to annihilate the guy, just completely destroy him. That was Avery's response to going after his wife. He destroyed and humiliated Mohammed Hijab to the point where he had to start giving copyright strikes to anyone who posted this debate. Total, utter humiliation. And then afterwards, he has to start whining about Avery's wife again. And so he got humiliated, but he decided he can't compete with Avery intellectually. And so he wanted to go off in a different direction. Fine, Hijab. Avery's not going to go off in that different direction. He'll just wait for another opportunity to expose and humiliate you. Me, I'll head over on that other level with you. I'll do it. So anyway, guys, we're gonna have a fun time. We're gonna watch their original video where they were calling Christina a whore. Then we'll watch Hijab's new, completely. And whenever I see it, it's basically an admission that he got smoked, right? Like if he had done a great job and embarrassed Avery and stuff like that, he wouldn't be throwing in this tantrum afterwards. So it's an acknowledgement that he got crushed and humiliated. And
I mean, he wouldn't be filing copyright strikes if he didn't get crushed. He'd be like, yes, put that up. I want all your fans to see how I humiliated you.
Yeah,
we all know he got crushed. That's what he's doing.
Yeah,
I mean, that's such a pansy move. It really is. Big, strong, macho. I mean, like, I know in my streams there are times where I didn't perform the right way, but I leave it up. It's out of integrity. Like, he's a Muslim. He's Mohammed. Forget it. He wants IP on his knees. There is no integrity.
Yeah.
He wants me on his knees to talk to him, but he's also the same guy that cowers and tries to get off camera when he sees me come on like this. He's like, "Oh no, here he comes! I better hide!" Like it's persona. He's just trying to project this macho man, but he's a little puppy dog on the inside. Let's be honest.
Puppy dog with the glass jaw, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So Sarah, you're pointing out, hey, I don't always give the best response, but I still leave it up. Right. And that's because you're not a narcissist. You're not a narcissist. He is.
Thank you.
And he has an extremely fragile ego. Let's just recap Mohammed Hijab a little bit over the years. We have tons of videos and all that stuff we could go into. We're not going to go into all that stuff. But just a couple of things that we've pointed out over the years. So we have this. Mohammed Hijab, I believe certain anti-Muslim women would wish they lived in the medieval period, a period where if a war was won by the opposing side, it was conventional that people could be taken as booty. Some historical accounts actually say some women would dress up for the captor. See what he's saying here, guys?
What sort of fantasy land? What sort of sexual deviant fantasy land does he live in? I mean, this guy just this is like the mind of somebody, and I'm not saying this is true of him, but it does resemble the mind of somebody that looks to be addicted to porn. They just assume unrealistic aspects from that world onto the real world
Oh yeah, where
And
women are just waiting for guys to, foreign invaders to come and seize them and ravish them, and
Mhm.
they're just waiting for it. You hear this, guys? That
I mean,
women who criticize Islam in the West, they wish they lived in the medieval period where Muslims would invade and take them and ravish them, and they're basically waiting on it. And yes, they even want to get dressed up. They even want to get dressed up for the invaders.
there's
That's
a
this
great
guy's thinking.
website. There's a great website called Fight the New Drug that talks about this putting in men, especially this unrealistic these standards on women that they're getting from porn, and this just resembles a lot of what they talk about on their website.
And speaking of that, look at the messages he used to send me and AP. Look at this. Uh, you two can play with each other. Get on your knees for D Wood. Gimp, D Wood can give you a golden shower. Go ahead and give D Wood what he wants. This is the champion of Dawa, guys. This is the champ. And then he just keeps going on. Let D Wood give you a golden shower. Gimp, get on your knees for your master, boy. You can suck that golden showed. He can't even spell correctly. Golden showed from your master. I know you need a slave master. Golden shower. Gimp, get on your knees for your master. Let him slap your face, you fiend. It sounds like this guy's obsessed with some things.
it
This
sounds
is
like a
this is the kind
Muslim.
of crap.
Yeah.
It sounds like a
Yeah, I
Muslim. Yeah, this is the
remember
kind of
this
crap to
stream.
remember when this is the kind of crap to remember that when Muslims say the world will be better if we ruled the world, just think about the kind of people they'd be putting in power.
Yep. I remember this stream. I'm one of those people that are like, what is a golden shower? And then found out, and I'm like, what?
This is creepy.
Yep, that was multiple people in the chat. They're like, "Oh, I just looked it up to find out what he was talking about. Do not look it up."
This is what we learned from Dawa.
Yeah, that is. And then of course he used to send AP these messages. If I were an anxiety-ridden, hate-filled, nihilist atheist like Apis, I would consider suicide as a serious option. That is because the world offers such humans more pain. He puts humans in quotation marks. More pain than pleasure, the pain of being a coward. Isn't it hilarious that
Who's talking?
Hijab?
All the irony.
Yeah, Hijab talking about the pain of being a coward. He knows that pain well. The pain of having no purpose. Just find a tall building and he doesn't
Speaking
stop
from
there.
experience.
Apis, I want to give you sincere advice. I think you should end yourself, not because you are a talentless coward or because you are a waste of space. I think the world is offering you more pain than pleasure. It is not morally objectionable for you, so why not? This is the champion of Dawah. This is the guy beloved by Muslims around the world, right? Check this out. This is what he was sending to. This is what he was posting in response to women who criticize Islam years ago. So if he were still posting this now, and this is what he'd be posting about you, Sarah. But he said, when these anti-Muslim attention whore Islamophobes need to get on their knees in intellectual submission before they are whipped by freedom of speech by the Twitter Muslims, and they reluctantly open their mouth in protestation to find they have been defiled by truth. They still do this where it's clear what they're saying, but they'll put other words so you can't actually, like, it's not a crime, right? So they want to say, we're going to force you to your knees and make you open your mouth and defile you. But that would actually, they could be charged with a crime for that, or at least kicked off the platform. So they add the extra words when it's clear to their followers. So intellectual submit, but I mean, it follows the same pattern, right? Everything's like whips and forcing people to their knees and making them open their mouths and defiling them and stuff like that. This is a freaking weird, creepy dude.
He's a sexual deviant like his prophet.
Yep. Yes,
Oh,
he
well,
is.
again, I mean, what you just said there. I mean, tell me, how would this sound any different from someone we know is thoroughly addicted to some very hardcore porn? Like thoroughly addicted. Like that's how those kind of people talk. They think those scenes they watch are how sexual relationships should operate in the real world. And then it starts to like bleed into every other aspect they talk about, because that's all they think about. When you're addicted to that kind of stuff, it just bleeds into how you talk, how you look at people, how you interact with them. Tell me how a hardcore porn addict would talk differently than that.
But this is Islamic. This is the Islamic view of women in general, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Is that's what it is. They can say stuff like that about anti-Islamic whores and whatnot, but then they'll get offended by something like this.
Hijab.
Like, hello.
Hey, Hijab, might as well face it. You're addicted to porn, you creepy dude. But keep in mind, in Hijab's defense, he doesn't just talk like this to Christians and atheists and so on. He'll talk like this to his fellow Muslims. Check this out. Okay, can I suck your wife's tit to make her mahram? And this guy responds, what kind of mannerisms are these? Shame on you, Muhammad. Why is it wrong? He believes it's halal. The guy believes it's halal because Muhammad said it. Right? Muhammad taught that, and it was in the Quran. It was originally in the Quran. And so here's Muhammad, Hijab, speaking to a fellow Muslim saying, can I suck your wife's tit to make her mahram? Meaning to make her like unlawful for you to marry and so on. So that's Hijab. That's it. That's everyone's Muhammad Hijab. Hey, yeah, guess what? Guess who needs attention here? Oh, look.
Well. Not even ready.
Not even ready, right? He's like, oh, now I'm on. Now I can get my headphones and earphones and all and mic and all this stuff ready. Great job, Issa. You are on the ball. I'm just saying, right? People know you as the only Muslim who calls in and talks to us regularly and stuff like that, and you're kind of. Well, actually, I was about to say you're being a bad representative, but everyone thinks you're like the best Muslim on the planet, the nicest guy on the planet. So I guess, that wasn't going to work out for my criticism here. All right, guys. So that's a little bit of background to Hijab from back in the day. Let me give a little more background. So we've got Mohammed Hijab. I'll just play a couple of clips from the long live stream, but here's him talking about secret second wives. Why it's okay to have secret second wives. You say, what's a secret second wife? Well, that's where you're marrying second wife, third wife, fourth wife. But you lie. They all think they're the only one for you. And here's him defending it. And guess what? He did it too. We know it because he's been exposed for it. So he would be marrying another woman, but saying under no circumstances can you tell this other wife because she'll actually leave me. So you got to keep this a secret. But here's him saying all this is Islamically justified.
Feminist sisters who love their sisters, who will die for their sisters, will take a bullet for their sisters, but will not share their husbands for their sisters.
Shame on them.
You can lie to your spouse. You can lie to your spouse.
So can they lie in the context of, for example, if one says, I sense that you've got a second wife, can he say, no, I don't?
Yes, you can. You can say that.
You can say that.
Yes, I personally believe this is... the Prophet said you can do it.
White lies?
It doesn't have to be white. It can be a black lie. If someone does this and they get caught, for example...
Well, why the worst lie got to be a black lie, Mohammed Hijab? Yeah, you racist. Anyway.
Or something happens.
Good point.
Or,
or she just asks him, where were you last night?
Yeah, but even that, he can lie. The man can do it. It's up to the man.
It's up to the man.
No woman can take that right away from the man.
Aside from Islam, I think my integrity, my dignity, my, who I am as a person, I would think it's so disrespectful for my husband to go and marry somebody else secretly.
I think you need a new religion, honey.
Yeah.
You need a new religion.
You bite Islam.
That to me is cheating, even if it is
fine.
Islamically correct.
This idea of...
You hear that? That's cheating, even if it's Islamically correct. So what's she saying? That cheating is okay Islamically. She just acknowledged it. Cheating is okay Islamically, but I still regard it as cheating. And I just understand that it's totally fine with Allah.
Aside Islam, we're Muslims. There is no aside Islam in this discussion. I'm speaking to a Muslim. So there is no aside Islam here. The true religion, which I'm now expected as a Muslim man to follow, is not the religion of Islam. It's the religion of women's feelings. I'm not going to do this. So I'm saying now we go back to the book and the Sunnah.
What exactly is a secret marriage? It is not made public. It's not publicized.
So the point is this, let me be real, yeah? If you got a good husband, he comes and he says, I want a second wife, all hell breaks loose. And then we blame this man. Yeah, but why are you keeping it secret? What else should he do?
And so they perform the marriage in somebody's house and there are two witnesses present and nobody knows about this.
When the Prophet, he kept a secret from some of his wives. Some scholars, I'm not going to go into detail, but some scholars actually connect this with an incident with Maria the Copt. Lying is not allowed except for three things. One of them is hadith al-rajul limra'ati, that when a man speaks to his wife.
And I take my selfish needs out of it, i.e. me wanting him all to myself. I need to understand them. So I need to sit down and I need to really think about how this is going to affect him.
This is a test.
You hear this? They actually were able to convince these women. That's the point of the show. They're able to convince these women, oh, instead of me just being selfish and wanting him all for myself, I need to think about him and his wants. And if he wants extra wives, then I shouldn't have a problem with it because from an Islamic perspective, he's totally fine. And so they actually changed. At first it was, hey, this sounds like cheating to me. This sounds like cheating. Oh, no, I need to reevaluate my thinking and stuff. And what happened? They blame the women. The reason we have to go out and have these secret second, third, fourth marriages and stuff and keep that secret from you is because of you, women, because you won't let us do it and you complain. Ali Dawah said it. He says, oh, hell breaks loose. And then you blame the man for lying to you? Sick stuff.
To see how Allah...
I just like that at the beginning, Ali Dawah was like, there are sisters out there that would die for their sisters, but they won't share their husband with their sisters. Like, just think about what he said there. In his mind, all these women out there are just craving me, but my selfish wife will not let them come sleep with me because I'm just so amazing and they all want me. What is wrong with this woman? Why is she not letting all her sisters come at me? Because obviously I'm just so desirable. Like, the ego on these guys, like that's what they're basically saying. Honey, all those women out there want me. Why won't you let them? Why are you being so selfish?
Islam, I'm sorry, Issa, but Islam in a whole dehumanizes women. It dehumanizes them. They literally only see them, and you see it throughout the sources. They just use them for their womb so they could pop out babies and make the Ummah of Islam bigger. This is it, and this is what they're viewing. This is now these four Muslim women are sitting there getting their brains washed. Now they have this battle within them, knowing their dignity, their own honor, and then their Islamic identity and how Allah's gonna view them.
Yeah, and I mean, think about it. Yeah, think about it. Like the women are like, we don't like this. And the men are like, but we like it. So you need to not be selfish and let us have what we want. And notice it's never, well, we need to respect you and stuff like that. It's like, ladies, guess what? There's a view of marriage out there that's un-Islamic that is exactly what you want. One husband, one wife, loyal to each other. There's one out there. It's just not Islam. And so how obvious can it be that this is a religion made for men? Made for men. It's not made for you. And you should be seeing that. But yeah, Ali Dawah there at the beginning, think about this. He actually criticizes women, right? So he's talking about a woman having friends, right? Having friends. And they love their Muslim friends and they die for their Muslim friends, their sisters and stuff like that. But they won't share their husband. What's wrong with these women? And what he really means is, hey, you're my wife. You know that hot friend you got? Yeah, I think you should hook her up with me too. And what? No, she's my friend. What? Oh my goodness! Why is my wife so selfish and evil? These guys are scumbags. But
of course they would never. They would never say the opposite. Like a wife can have multiple husbands. They would never do that.
No, of course not. That's haram.
Yeah.
One thing I was going to ask, do these people have like lots of money? Like, do they must be like
Dawah? These Dawah guys? Yeah. If you get to high level Dawah, yeah.
Must be swimming in cash if they are able to do this, because it doesn't sound like, I don't think these people have that much money that they could even afford this. It's a scam.
These guys do. These guys do. That's why Ali Dawah is constantly like pushing his like prayer mats and stuff like that. You got to make the money. You got to make the money to have all your extra wives and stuff like that. And that's why hijab has been completely discombobulated since losing his lawsuit to Douglas Murray. He thought he was getting a big payday, which equals a bunch of continuing the the endless cycle of extra wives. And and by the way, they just trade them out, right? They'll marry a couple, trade them out a couple months later and stuff like that. And they just keep rolling like that forever. That's the Dawa life. But let's get this.
I will say it's kind of interesting though. Like, for example, like Mohammed Hijab's Patreon, he doesn't have a lot of like members on there. So if they're getting they got to get a lot of money.
He doesn't. You've got the avalanche of apostasy. You have Muslims around the world who are in full panic mode, and these are the guys who are going to rescue their kids from leaving Islam. So these guys are absolutely showered with money, not in the golden shower sense, but well, maybe that since he keeps bringing it up, but creepy stuff.
I just wonder how true that is because like I know for a fact that like Muslim creators do just make on average less ad revenue than Christian creators because YouTube rewards based on views you get in countries. So if you're getting a lot of views in Pakistan and like India, you're gonna get actually less ad revenue.
That's nothing. That's nothing. That's nothing. They have
so they got to be getting funded from like bigger,
absolutely
like Saudi people.
Yeah, no question.
Yeah. That's enough. If she decides to do the opposite, which is, throw the divorce card or throw this card, then ultimately she's falling into the act of disobedience.
Thank you.
Islamically, there is no problem in a man.
You catch that, guys? And if she's like, but I don't want you to have these extra wives and marry my friend. I don't want you to do that. But I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to do it anyway. Okay. And she just said, and if she wants to throw the divorce card after that, well, that's just her disobedience. Shame on her. They're like instant brainwashing. In the course of one show, they get completely brainwashed that they're the problem if they are not cool with their husbands going out marrying their friends and marrying the girl's friends. And so on.
They were using this episode to groom women so that they could go out and prey on them.
Yeah,
pretty scary.
And by the way, that's the other reason like tons of Muslim men would support them, right? It's not just these are Dawa guys are gonna keep people from leaving Islam. It's they're gonna convince all the women to do what we want and convince the women that they're bad if they do not go along with what we want.
Being married to another woman in Islam without the first wife's knowledge. There's actually I've not seen one solitary difference of opinion in any of the 14 generations of Islam. It's not there.
Which is
any scholar saying that no, a woman needs to know, she needs to tell her doesn't exist.
Yeah, that's it.
We're talking about the religion of Islam.
That none of you guys are okay with your husbands getting a second wife. Can I just quickly get that out of the way? Sister Swad.
Absolutely not.
You're not okay with it? Yeah.
She's third ground.
It's a no from me. And if you have anything to say it now.
She's threatening you're finished.
Yeah.
Her husband was on the panel. I saw this full episode. Her husband is on the other side. And to his credit, he was like, no, I won't do it. But he looked terrified. He was like, and like Ali Dawa and the flip was like, come on, it's okay. You can say it. He's like, nope, I'm not going to do it. And so she was like, she's obviously British background. She was not having it. Just goes to show you those Western Christian values are strong, even in the revert women are like, nope, you are not getting a second wife right there. That was my favorite part of the whole episode.
And here,
Sister Tyra.
And I won't be happy with it.
Sisters are under the impression that there is a man out there that is not polygamous. Because you guys are monogamous by nature, meaning you just want your husband and you're happy with your husband. We are not created like that.
Yep. So they've got to have all the different wives and then trade them in and so on.
Yeah. I'm monogamous. I've only ever been with one woman. That's my wife. So
that proves that you're not a real man. If you're a real man, you'd be out smashing hoes and hitting the clubs with all the Dawa guys.
I'm just finding the irony here. They call Christian women whores, GodLogic's wife one, ex-Muslim women one, but yet they're admitting that they're all a bunch of man whores. Muslim men are a bunch of man whores. They can't control their own desires. They need to have multiple women.
Yep. And so,
well,
they're absolutely man whores, totally.
Yes.
That's the difference between Islam and Christianity. Islam doesn't teach men that they need to control their desires and become something better. In Christianity, even during the days of the Roman Empire, the Christians were going around saying is like, no, you only get to be with one woman. You need to learn to control your desires. you need to become something better. And in God, the Holy Spirit will come in and make you better. So Christianity is constantly calling people to become better people. Hey, go one step further. You can become better. You can become more like Christ. Islam says, well, the ethics of the 7th century were good enough, so let's just stay there.
Yeah, and it basically says, hey, you know all these perverted desires you have? The creator of the universe is obsessed with satisfying them. Not for the women, but for the men. That's why the ultimate goal is spending eternity deflowering virgins over and over again. And so pretty crazy. But hey, since these guys are indeed man whores, let me go ahead and give the proof. This is from Mohammed Hijab's little interview with Daniel Hakikachu, where he admits all the Dawah guys are doing this basically. Watch this.
Most of the big names of Dawah have at least done polygamy once. The Du'at, I would say it's about 85%. The women who take it the best are the revert sisters.
It even reaches 50%.
You hear that? The women who take it the best are revert sisters. Why? Because they separate them from their families and stuff, and they can completely brainwash them. And by the way, that's I've wanted to make a video about this for a long time, still haven't done it, but all the women who are like, they become reverts and then they start pushing these women into doing the Dawah online. If the attitude of the men is the revert sisters are the ones who take it best. We need more revert sisters to keep the endless train of sex partners coming in. Then when you put the woman out there to win more women to Islam, that's the same dynamic as a bottom, what's called a bottom B for pimps, right? Mm-hmm. A pimp could just go up to a woman and stuff like that, but in the pimp game, and Andrew Tate talks about this, although he was using it for something else. But the pimp game, you have your bottom B, a woman. You don't go up to a woman and say, "Hey, do you want to sell your body for me and give me the money?" You don't do that, right? You have a woman go recruit the other woman for you. She goes and hey, you want to make money? Oh my goodness, I have the greatest life. I just get to have sex and make piles of money and stuff like that. And hey, I can help you get the same setup and stuff like that. You get a woman to come up to him, right? And the women who do that, those are the bottom Bs. And you have, women like Lily J are basically Islam's bottom Bs. They're recruiting more women to satisfy these guys and so on. But let's check this out.
In the UK, what percentage of imams and shuyukh and du'at have a second wife? What percentage would you say?
That's very difficult to know, but that's a difficult one. It depends on what kind of community as well. Like the Asians here, they're not really into it that much. The Pakistanis but the reverts are into it. Like black people are into it here. Not all blacks. Somali uncles are into it. Like a lot of Somalis with it. You'll find like Somalis have a lot. Arabs are into it. North Africans do it. So it depends. I think a lot of it is to do with like community-based demographics and how the woman will take it. The women who take it the best are the revert sisters. From my experience of observing the situation, I thought it's so young.
Did you guys catch that?
Mm-hmm.
From my experience of observing the situation, now it's obvious he was saying my experience. I've done this a bunch, so I have a lot of experience. But he doesn't want to admit what he just said, so he goes of observing the situation, like he's just seeing other people do it. But watch that again.
Best are the revert sisters. From my experience of observing the situation, I thought it's so Did
you catch? Daniel started laughing too. Neither one of them could keep a straight face. They both started laughing. These are the heroes. Everyone, these are the heroes of Dawah. If you want to know who represents Islam, look at the people who get propped up as the heroes.
Every community has their thing, and I think the Pakistanis are the least likely to do it. Like the older generation Pakistanis and Bengalis and stuff, they're least likely to do it. I haven't really seen that many, but now the Salafis are doing it. Salaf Pakistanis are doing it. It's more possible in the Salafi communities, I think, than the Deobandi communities and the.
Would you say it's like half? Is it 50% or more?
Who?
Of all shuyukh, imams, and du'at?
Much less than that.
Much less.
The du'at, I would say it's about 85%.
Yeah, guys, when he says the du'at, he means dawah guys. So among these guys, he estimates around 85% have practiced polygamy at least once.
That's way more than 50%.
No, the dais. Who have
dais, shuyukh, imams. That whole class.
Either who are in it or have done it. The dais that I've come across in like proper mashayikh and stuff like at that level, 80%.
Yeah, that's compared to the U.S. That's very high. Like I don't think that over here it even reaches 50%.
So if people like all the honestly, but most of the big names of da'wah have at least done polygamy once. Most of them, if not, like every person that you can think of, like almost the big names, and people you wouldn't expect. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's surprising. Some people have like 20 kids.
Wow.
I know there's one guy who I won't mention.
And the government pays for them.
Famous guy.
Yep.
He's got 30 kids.
30 kids.
Wow.
One of his dawah buddies has 30 kids.
So we'll let people imagine who.
Yep. And
I
so
doubt that
that's
they take care of any of them. I don't think they take care of any.
No,
of
the
these
government
kids.
does. Because keep in mind, if you're married to 4 women, you do all these marriages in the mosque. None of them are before the state. So before the state, these are all single mothers having your kids, and so they all get paid by the government, and that's the dawah life. Welcome to your religion, Issa.
You want to know what we do as Christian apologists when we go on these trips? Not that. Like, we get together, we stream, we hang out. Sometimes we go out to dinner. Sometimes, you know what we do? We sit around and encourage everyone to be faithful to their wives and to not cheat. I remember we were all in San Diego like 2 years ago, I think it was, at ETS, and we're at like a coffee shop, and Mike Winger is just giving everyone advice on like, hey, don't ever be alone with a woman. You remember Paul said, flee from sexual temptation. We all got to be faithful. We got to persevere. Like that's what we do. Like, these guys are going on dawah trips because Maloink spilled the beans and they're smashing hoes and running trains on girls. We're going on trips to do evangelism. And what are we doing? We're like, we're reading books. We're doing live streams. We're talking to people on the streets. And then we're talking about why you should never cheat. Like,
do you
such
pray?
Like night and day differences. Oh, of course.
Do you? Yeah.
Now, see, we pray as in P-R-A-Y. They prey on girls when they go on
P-R-E-Y.
P-R-E-Y, yeah. Huge difference between the dawah guys and the Christian apologists. Now, and again, if any Christian apologist cheats, like, we're going to be like, and it comes out, we're like, this is wrong. Like, we would be like, whoa, that's wrong. Like, look at what Mike Winger's been doing. He's been going after various like pastors for abuse and doing corrupt things. Like, we wouldn't stand for that. Like,
yeah. The other day, I got a message. From a woman. First, she just kept saying, "Hey, I want to work with you. I want to work with your ministry. I want to go on these trips as you guys go around the country and stuff." And I was just busy and stuff, and all of a sudden she says, I can't stop thinking about you. I think I'm in love with you. I know you're married. But she goes, you're so attractive because you have the Spirit of God. I'm thinking, wait, the Spirit of you, you're saying I have the Spirit of God, so that makes you want to commit adultery with, wait, what? And anyway, first thing I did is I went to my wife and I said, all right, I got this message. How do you want me to react? How do you want me to react? As a matter of fact, you can respond to her, or you can use my email and respond to her as me with whatever you would want me to say in that situation or something like that. Or I can just ignore it and so on. Anyway, that's dawah guys, they'd be reacting to that sort of thing in a very, very different manner. But in case y'all don't believe what IP just said, this is from a different context. And guys, we are going to get to the clips that we want to talk about. We just want people to have the appropriate background, because this stuff's they're going to be attacking other people for stuff that they do and their prophet did and that we don't do. And it's just like complete hypocrisy. And so the background is kind of important. But IP talking about their dawah trips and so on. Let's get a little background from the guy who snitched on everybody last year.
Warner was one of the good ones. Yeah, that's what you think. A lot of these guys give dawah and.
Oh look, hey guys, that's the Warner right there in the middle with Mohammed Hijab, Sneeko, Muslim Lantern, and so on. But let's back this up. Keep in mind, these are all buddies. These are all buddies, guys.
Warner was one of the good ones. Yeah, that's what you think. A lot of these guys give dawah and try to show themselves up as fake people, and I ain't with all that. And especially if you want to cross me, this is really what happened. He called Jake and told Jake Malik is an undercover Yahudi. He's an undercover Mossad agent.
Can't blame him for
Warner.
thinking that.
He denied it. He said, I never called him that. Jake said, guess what, Malik? I recorded it. Jake plays the whole phone call. What did he say? He called me an undercover agent. Chat, you want to see who Warner really is? I'm the wrong one, Warner. I'll bring all the receipts and evidence. The Warner is probably the fakest of them all. Like between Libiano, Central, all them, Warner in terms of the Islamic stuff, fakest of them all.
Did you catch that? Because we're about to see video of Libiano, and Malik's Warner's even faker than Libiano. That's interesting. It's interesting that Libiano is just known as fake.
You're the one who literally said in front of me and other people that you would take it up the butt as long as it got you into the game to where you could make an influence.
Hey, IP, remember what you were saying? Remember what you were saying about these guys being into some weird stuff? I'm gonna fast forward a little bit because we've heard this a bunch of times, but I'll still leave some because we're gonna talk about other guys.
Let me tell you guys something. All they want to do is hide behind the shield of Islam. These shits are private sins. So hold on. If Warner's asking for money for Qurans, but he's going to the dispensary instead, right? If he's going to the dispensary instead, is it Islamically I have to stay quiet? If he's going to the dispensary with the money he's getting for the Qurans, chat, guys, I gave this guy money. I gave this guy money for Qurans. He went to the dispensary. He went to the dispensary and spent
talking about where you go buy weed, guys.
My money instead.
Taking dawah donations, guys. Give me money to buy Quran so I can give them out at the park. They give him money and he goes buys weed with it.
By the way, guys, you know Warner's been married 9 times?
Oh, yeah, then that.
Warner's been married 9 times. 9.
How many?
9 times, chat. Muta. This guy's a muta. Bro, this guy went on vacation with a Moroccan girl, married her for 5 minutes, and then divorced her on the way home.
Married her for 5 minutes, guys. I told you, dawah guys don't last long.
If I'm lying, I'm dying. This guy literally, and by the way, you think like he got married 9 times, like that's enough. Brother, this guy's smashing girls every weekend.
You hear that? So he's been married 9 times doing muta, but that's not it. That's what he would do with certain Muslim women you would have to get married to and stuff like that. Apart from that, he's just, in Malik's words, smashing girls every weekend.
Malik, I just smashed this chick. I'm like, bro, why are you even doing that? Well, I have pics on my phone of this guy on FaceTime, bro, with a girl in his bed, lying on his shoulder, bro. Yeah, look at you, bro. So as long as it's kuffar and Christian chicks, I don't care. That's good. That's really good. Hey, chat, who knows about Warner and Adam Saleh having threesomes? You want me to start name dropping your whole life?
I do, because
you and Adam, you telling me about you and Adam doing threesomes together on dawah trips? And you think Sneeko's any better?
MashaAllah.
Him and Sneeko, bro. I got pictures of him and Sneeko slapping girls' asses, bro. Shit he sent me. I got everything. He be helping Sneeko? Yes. Bro, he helps Sneeko do all his crap, bro. You do run trains in rooms together. Adam and Slim and Sneeko all run trains in rooms together with Warner there. And you want to talk about booty hole. I'm not into men. I'm not into men, brother. I'm into women. Chat, what were they doing in Colombia? What did him and Sneeko do in Colombia? And Myron? Guys, these guys were smashing birds in Colombia.
Keep in mind, smashing birds does not refer to actual birds. It refers to women.
Bro, wallahi, may Allah curse me if I'm lying. I got the receipt right here. He told me he was in Colombia with Myron, FaceTiming me. I saw him on FaceTime with Myron, what they were doing. How they had girls with bikinis in their house and they were licking on their you-know-what in front of people and taking videos. And he tried to lure Libiano into that life too. That's why Libiano now is acting like this too.
Libiano's
what did Libiano do? What do you mean, what did Libiano do? What did he not do? Him and Warner, bro, these two together are the biggest disappointment of 2025.
Just snitched on everybody, and everyone else was just, they call it catching strays, I think, right? He's responding to the Warner, but he just exposes everyone else, including Libiano, who's going to be We're going to be watching a video by him here.
All because he was called a Mossad agent. That's it. What a spoiled brat, man.
Snitched on everybody. Everybody. So, guys, this is Dawa. And I'm saying this because these are the guys who are going to start calling everyone else out, right? these Christians, these Christians are so immoral. We're going to see what, and Christina, oh, she's a whore. And we're about to see, one, what liars these guys are, but two, what hypocrites they are. Because even if we were doing everything they said, it's like, this is what they're doing worse. They're doing worse. And so just totally insane stuff. Let's knock out this first batch of super chats, and then we will jump into Libiano and Mohammed Hijab's first video where they accused Christina of being a whore. So we'll check that out. What is this? Can we get a Taco Tuesday with Dr. David Segarra? Well, not on Sunday, buddy. Not on Sunday. David, my heart's broken for you. When will you reconcile with Deborah? Oh, yeah, I don't know. Hey, Hijab, it's Mike Jones. Hijab, who? It's Mike Jones. Hijab disappeared with a dust trail. Yep.
Yeah, he ran faster than Sheikh Uthman.
It is funny because he will pretend like he doesn't know who they're talking about. Who's this? Who's this? And yet he understood instantly as soon as it was you were in the queue. Let me call up someone else before I bring this guy up. So,
and he still was trying to pretend he hadn't heard of me, like when it was so obviously like just put together. Like the way it happened was like Dean responds, unexpectedly comes up, and he's like sleepy. He's like, "Oh yeah, I can't put my camera on. It's like 5 a.m. here. I just kind of woke up." Goes away, gets ready, and the moment he comes back up, then Hijab gets off screen and I come up. It's like, oh yeah, you don't know who I am. Okay, buddy, sure, yeah. And then he continued to have conversations with other people after he'd never heard of, but he clearly knew who I was, and that's why he ran.
Yeah, definitely, like indisputably. He would have had no reason because he's talking to other people, and then as soon as Mike Jones, yep, let me get out of here.
Yeah.
And then he's like this. That's what he did.
And body language says a lot. Like body language actually gives stuff away. He was cowering off camera. He was clearly afraid.
Yeah, he was. He was terrified. Too late. I looked it up. Sarah, that was your fault.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, that's what you get. Mohammed Hijab hates seals. Trying to think what that was in reference to, which one of his creepy messages that was. I think this has more to do with racism and hatred. Oh, it's definitely connected to racism, right? Like, they're losing. One of the reasons they're losing their minds about Avery is because he's black. They lose their minds over it. They can't stand losing to a woman. They can't stand losing to anyone who's black. They lose their minds, and it completely again, it just discombobulates them. They start acting really, really weird and doing super desperate things like, well, I'll just copyright strike everybody. And it's like, dude, do you not realize the entire world is looking at you like a complete coward, and they can't control themselves. They flip out over this stuff.
Yeah, I had a stream where I was doing a call-in, and just in the private chat was nothing but derogatory words against Avery. Yeah, nothing but that. I'm like, he's not even here.
Yeah, and me and Thaddeus just watched a clip of Central Dawa, who's buddies with Malik, but he was straight up calling the Christian apologists the N-word, telling them to get back on the slave ship and stuff like that. Yeah, and this is Dawa, guys. This is the mindset. And guys, it's really easy to look up articles on the MSA, the Muslim Students Association in the U.S., and all the complaints from black Muslim students about how they are treated by the Arab Muslim students. They're like, these guys are complete racists.
Yeah, that's true. I've seen it. And like schools, like if you have like Islamic madrasa schools where you have black and Arab students, it's the same thing. It's true.
That's messed up, man. That's messed
I
up.
want a gold and shower bathroom all out blinging. Yeah, it would be good if you had an actual shower made of gold. Sadly, that's not what Hijab's talking about. The best Christian apologists. Oh, hi, Sarah, IP, and David.
That's good.
He called himself the final boss, but the only one he reminds me of is the electrocutioner in Batman Arkham Origins.
He's not the final boss anymore. Apparently, the final boss is now Dean Responds, according to Mohammed Hijab.
Yeah, it's whoever and Libiano, right? Like these are the guys he calls in when he brings up when he doesn't want to talk to someone. He goes to them. So he's not the final boss. Jesus Christ is Lord. God bless you, brethren, and give you all wisdom and courage to keep up the good work. Thank you. We've got D. Wood, video you shared on X of Muslima wanting to marry Muhammad at 1 used to be secular. If you find her old videos, you can do interesting contrast video. Oh, that would be interesting. Yeah, this woman, I shared her video, and someone asked her about Muhammad and Aisha, and she said, oh, I wish that had happened to me, even if I was 1 year old, even if I was a year old. It's like, so this is a revert?
I'm thinking of reviewing that video and some other videos because they've been trying to defend child marriage a lot on TikTok and Instagram lately. So I'm thinking tomorrow the stream I'll do on my channel, we'll review that video and some other ones I found on where they're trying to do that. Like Lily J recently did a video where she's like, did you know Islam was the first culture to outlaw child marriage? Are you? And then she went on to say like, yeah, in America, they're marrying 9-year-olds. I'm like, are you serious? I'm like,
I did a whole stream on that today about how they are called, how Muhammad made halal child marriage. Yeah.
Pretty creepy. I want to take that clip and combine it with Sheikh Asim al-Hakim when he was talking about Muhammad and Aisha, and he said, if Muhammad asked me for my 1-year-old, I would give her to him. And it's like, you guys got issues, man. You're all thinking in terms of like, yes, it would be fine for a 50-some-year-old man to bang a 1-year-old. And you've got women saying it. You've got men saying it about their daughters. And it's, Issa, man, you may need to get out of there, man, while you can, man. You may need to get out of there before you're corrupted, dude.
Or you just leave Islam and come to Jesus.
Yeah, that's what I really meant there.
Yeah.
Buddy the Rabbit says, I've been thinking about dawah to Christians regarding shirk and trying to rationalize a Sunni hermeneutic about why Allah created Judaism and Christianity. Sahih Muslim 2767 would seemingly force me, if I were a Sunni, to believe these faiths exist only for the ransom itself. Ah, that would be interesting. So yeah, that's Allah gives Jews and Christians as a ransom and so on. It is kind of a mess, like when you try and put everything together from the Quran and the Hadith and so on and try to make sense of this. I'm not sure it can be done. But Buddy the Rabbit continues. It seems like there would be saved individuals of the old faiths. You do have Quran verses that sound like that. But they necessarily had to pre-exist Islam to cover, with a larger mass of people, the Ummah with substitutions from those for the ransoming Muslims abrogated by the coming of Muhammad. Okay, so you're putting it all together and trying to make sense of it all, in which case, yeah, there was a reason for these, and he wanted Christianity to spread so you'd have tons of Christians, but it's just to have all the Christians and Jews that you need to be the ransoms for all the Muslims. And so you could make that. Might be interesting. Curious what Issa thinks about that. Well, we don't. This was several minutes ago, so we don't even know what you're pointing out. Issa's just going to be in stunned silence for a lot of this, guys.
Wow, that's pretty rough.
Yo, Dizzle, Cookie Monster is more street than Lil Kev Malik. That's true. Should they avoid family reunions to flee temptation? Yeah. Stay away from the first cousins. You guys just play a hating. Don't hate the pimp, hate the game. That's true. That's true. No comment there, but thank you.
I wanted to address one thing about the South Asians. He's not wrong. South Asian people are very much against polygamy. It's like a very horrible thing. Like in my family, unacceptable. If you have like another wife, it's like my father was extremely anti-polygamous. There was this man who wanted to take care of my father, was older before he passed away. They said this man wanted to take care of him. He had 2 wives. My dad said, I won't step in his house. No, I won't do it. He was that anti-polygamous that he's like, I'm not even going into the house of someone who does this, you know.
David Wood, remember the teaching of Nabil Qureshi. He was a true warrior of kindness and a true Christian. Repressed him. I don't know what repressed him means. Yeah, but no, Nabil was a warrior of kindness until you cross some serious lines, and then he could adapt accordingly. David, nice of you to encourage men not to cheat. That is, yes. Men, don't cheat. What the heck, man? Muslims lie so often and frequently that they swear by anything to convince others they are telling the truth. Yeah, Christians are taught to always tell the truth, and in a Judeo-Christian society, someone's word means something. Yeah, we got that clip of Mohammed Hijab when he's talking to Jordan Peterson. He's like, the most important thing to us is keeping your word. And then he's like, yes, Avery, you can post this. Oh my goodness, copyright strike. And he happens to be the biggest liar on the planet. It's weird. It's weird. Would love to see a live stream of IP with Chris about Talmud material. Interested to know if IP heard about the Talmud dilemma and if he talked with Chris. If you haven't, IP, you should get Chris on there for a presentation. He's got some interesting stuff.
Yeah, we could plan for something like that in the future. Yeah, I need to research more of that. Yeah.
Well, he's done all the research, so you can just interact with it a little bit and stuff like that. But yeah, he estimates around 60% of the Quran, of the stories in the Quran, are actually from the Talmud, not from the Torah, from the Talmud. And
it's funny too, because like Surah 2, like scholars are convinced Surah 279 is talking about the Talmud. Like that's the one they go to say the Torah has been corrupted. But because if you read 280, Surah 280, that's quoting Rosh Hashanah 17a. So what 279 is talking about is the Jews relying on the Talmud, which Allah apparently rejects. So that's just a weird conundrum.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty crazy stuff. If this fool was gangster, he'd be pushing up daisies. Yeah. I requested a TikTok live on a Muslim channel. They spent 45 minutes defending child marriage and how it is halal and Allah approves. Absolute filth. It's pretty rough. I want to make videos to spread the word of Christ. God bless you all. Well, that is good. Hope you do a good job. Issa reaction to D Wood makes it even more hilarious. Yeah, it does. And in fact, when I say something, I'm like, was that really funny? Let me check Issa. And if it is, Issa will be cracking up laughing. Here you have a question for Issa. Why are you still a Muslim anyway? Come on, guys. You ask Issa stuff like that all the time. Want to give a quick response, Issa?
I think that I don't know if there's an easy answer to that.
Exactly.
Question.
There's no reason.
Yeah, I think it's like a long discussion. Maybe sometime we'll have a conversation about that.
Yeah, you're going to have to like explain your views, because when people are thinking of Muslims, they're thinking of all the stuff they're familiar with, and they're like, why is Issa cool with all this stuff? They don't realize, no, you kind of have different thinking on a bunch of this stuff. And so, yeah, you might need to break all that down for everyone one day.
It was interesting. I actually met with Nadir Ahmed recently. We had a conversation and we were talking about this stuff because I was like, he's Indian. Nadir Ahmed's Indian. And we were talking about like in India, this thing like polygamy. We were talking about Daniel Hakikachu actually. It's like the kind of stuff he says is such an anathema. Like it's such a problematic thing. And I don't disagree that there are sources that say really like problematic things, particularly in the Hadith. Like there is very, very problematic stuff, and it's a difficult thing to wrestle with. I think it's important to. These are things that are very difficult and complex, and I completely understand where ex-Muslims are coming from. It makes plenty of sense to me. I don't discredit that. I think it makes a lot of sense.
You heard it from Issa. Everyone should leave Islam. Just want to say that you guys are incredible. I'm stuck in Malaysia at the moment, and watching your live streams has helped pass the time immensely. That's good. And that's kind of like me as far as videos. I prefer short videos and making short videos and stuff like that. But there are just all kinds of people around the world who they work at night or they're up at night and stuff, and they just like hanging out basically. And so that's cool. That's cool with us. Mohammed Hijab shall henceforth be known as Moha, because by the time you pronounce the first syllables, he will have already run away. That is
nice.
A good idea. Issa, you really need to leave Islam. The God of Islam is both evil and
He said retarded.
Look where he says semen comes from. Clearly do not create mankind. Come to the truth in Christ Jesus, Issa.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Very sweet. Thank you.
He's not wrong.
God bless you all. I hope to reach people with the gospel of Jesus. We hope you do too. D Wood, did you hear the Pitbull Islam joke? Yeah, I shared that. I shared that on X. That was actually funny. Why does it feel like mainstream Islam and the Quran is the dark inverse of everything good about Christianity? Keep fighting the good fight, y'all. They believe only
I mean,
white
I was going to say, look at what actually happened when the abolitionist movement got going. It was Christian missionaries that ended slavery in their territories, and then they went to Africa and the Islamic world, and that's where they were resisted the most. In fact, it took until like the 1900s with so much pressure from the West to get rid of slavery in those countries, and they still kind of practice it in a lot of places. Just they don't call it slavery.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the rulers of Saudi Arabia showed up to the U.S. and they still had black slaves. And John F. Kennedy's like, who are these? And they're like, oh yeah, there are slaves. Like, wait, what? And he made it a condition of working with the U.S. You have to outlaw. So they did. And so that was not, oh, we've concluded it's wrong. It's, oh, in order to get along with other nations in the world today, we have to outlaw this. They believe only white peoples will go to heaven and black people will go to hell. Mishkat al-Masabi 199, Surat Ali al-Imran, Ayat 107. If that's not racist, I don't know what is. You think one day USA will become like UK? No. God protect us from this evil cult praying that they will never go to Central America. They're targeting Central America, so you better be getting some stuff in Spanish. How do you see the state of Dawah and Islam in the West 10 years from now? I don't see Dawah functioning next year.
Nope.
No, yeah. And last one.
I actually was just talking about it. I said I think Dawah is, particularly Salafi Dawah, it's in decline. Like there's really, I haven't seen any in the last year even do well at all. Like the Christian apologists have been winning all the debates, in my opinion, from what I've been seeing lately. It's pretty bad.
In Issa's expert opinion as a Muslim, all the debates have been won by Christians.
That's what I've been seeing. I think the clear arguments, logic, not deflecting, not moving to other topics, staying on the same point. Yeah, particularly the Islamic dilemma one. I have not seen one Muslim who has done well in this debate. I'm just being transparent. Like I've watched every single one, like all the ones that I've seen in my feed, and they're all say the same like things from a script where they're like, oh, it doesn't fully confirm it. And I'm like, this is an eisegesis. You just made up this stuff. This is innovation. You just made up these things. You want to be a Salafi, but you're an innovator. They innovated all of this stuff. And I'm like, it doesn't actually work with your position on Islam. Like, at least my understanding of like, just basically take a basic Sunni Islamic stance. The position is that Islam is supposed to be this continuous religion, right? That you believe in the Torah, the Zabur, the Injil, right? Not that these are phantom texts. These are supposed to be real texts. Not that they were corrupted or changed. I never heard this until recently. The position I heard mostly about these books were like, oh yeah, they're from God, but you don't really need to focus on that. You're focusing on the Quran. That's the position that I've heard in the kind of Muslim spaces that I was around. I never heard that it was corrupted ever until, coming into the places of Dawah. So,
We got Issa, 2 Corinthians 6:2. God's time is now.
Thank you.
The favorable day. And what would IP know? He's just a real estate tycoon. That is a good point.
Real estate tycoon with an extensive criminal record, and it's clearly working with the Sagara cartel.
And since child marriage and so on came up so much, let's just play one last old clip from Mohammed Hijab. Oldie, but a really perverted goodie in a sense as far as exposing this stuff.
If you look just at the Quran, you will get the indication that you can have sexual intercourse with a 5-year-old. The reason why it's haram to have sexual intercourse with a 5-year-old is not found in the Quran at all. If you just read the Quran, it is halal. It would be halal to have sexual intercourse with a 5-year-old. In Surah Al-Talaq, chapter 65, verse 4, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us who you can divorce and who you cannot divorce. And then he says, وَاللَّائِ لَمْ يَحِدْنَ. وَاللَّائِ لَمْ يَحِدْنَ. And the ones who had never been pubescent before. And by the way, this is very important, yeah? I want all Muslims to be aware of this. The reason why we don't have sexual intercourse with 5-year-olds and 6-year-olds and 7-year-olds or whatever is not because of puberty. Wait a minute, what did you say? It's not because of puberty, because that verse in the Quran actually says lam yahid. They never had puberty before.
Look at him grooming all these young girls right here.
You can't go around that. The Quran doesn't say anywhere in the Quran that the woman has to be pubescent. I dare you to find one verse in the Quran where it says you're not allowed to marry someone based on harm, or you're not allowed to have sexual intercourse based on harm, or you're not allowed to marry someone based on puberty. So if you're a Quran alone, you're allowed to have sexual intercourse with 5-year-olds. Get me one verse in the Quran which says the woman has to be pubescent. One verse. I want one verse in the Quran from the beginning of the book to the end of the book which says that she has to be pubescent. So okay, so that makes it halal from your perspective. From your perspective, it's halal. You know, in the Quran it says حُرِّمَتْ عَلَيْكُمْ أُمَّهَاتِكُمْ. It says you're not allowed to marry your mum. It says you're not allowed to marry your sister, your auntie. Where does it say you're not allowed to marry a prepubescent? I'm looking for one verse that you can say, you pinpoint it and say this is where it says prepubescent marriage or whatever is not allowed. So if you're Quran alone, you're steered towards pedophilia, and a severe type of pedophilia, a wife abuse, a severe type of wife abuse.
He said severe type of pedophilia. Now, just to be clear, everyone, Mohammed Hijab was not saying that that it's okay to have sex with a 5-year-old, although that's exactly what Daniel Hakikachu says. Hijab is saying that you have to go outside of the Quran and use this harm principle from the Hadith, and then you try not to harm the girl and so on. So you probably want to wait until she's older than 5. But he was very clear, nothing to do with puberty. So if you think she's ready and she can handle it before puberty, then you'd go with that. And so
wow,
this is the
It'd
Dawa
be really
guys.
cool. It'd have been really cool to talk to Hijab about that topic. I wonder why he didn't want to talk to me.
But fortunately, we have videos by him, and we can talk about that. And it's actually going to come up in the videos we're about to see. So, all right, we ready to check some of this stuff out?
Yep.
That was all background, guys. So, a while back, I only watched it today. Today was the day I actually watched this. Actually, I didn't watch it. I listened to it. But this was the tweet from, when was this? This was April 1st. And you think, what is this, April Fool's Day? No, these guys are fools year round. But anyway, so they posted this. GodLogic's blaspheming wife is a whore. Insane video revealed. And so they got a picture of her there. And they've got whore on there. And so that's them laughing about calling GodLogic's wife, Christina, a whore. Interesting stuff. But let's go ahead and check out the video. And here we go, guys. Here we go. Get ready. Get ready for GodLogic and his wife to be exposed. And a bunch of other people. Everyone's getting exposed. IP,
Gross.
D Wood, everybody's getting exposed right now by
Pretty
the
gross.
Dawa guys, the champions and pillars of morality.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you guys doing? I'm joined with a very, very special guest, Libyano, Orthodox Muslim. How you doing, brother?
I'm good. How are you?
Guys, you'll remember you just heard about Libyano from Malik, who said that as soon as he started being a Dawa guy, he got initiated. He got initiated into the Dawa lifestyle. And when he said, what did Libyano do? He goes, what did Libyano not do? So he's doing all the stuff. He's doing all the stuff. Wait, someone responded to Than. Where's Than? Because, yeah, Than, you're about to come up here in a second, buddy. We got Jai. We weren't asking for you, Jai. We're asking for Than. How far back is Than? People are responding to him. Oh, he's recent.
Yeah.
Let's see. Just wanted to get Than up on the screen because he's about to be humiliated by these guys. Let's see.
Totally.
We know this all just them desperately trying to get their fans to not listen to us. Lol. Yeah. Yeah, we know.
That's what all this is. Well, he's absolutely right. This is, they know they can't refute our arguments. So what do? They clip. They try to poison the well, demean us, attack us, just in hopes that their fans will just write us off. Because they know if they come watch our stuff, they're going to start doubting Islam, and that's why they're doing this stuff. They're in panic mode. They're not even doing dawah anymore. They're just trying to get people to not leave Islam.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And it's basically, guys, the shortest version possible is dawah is built upon endless deception. Everything they argue is based on lies. And that worked as long as everyone was in a state of ignorance. But now people are starting to catch on and know certain things, and the dawah is not working anymore. And so they're panicking because they don't have a plan B. This is what are you talking about? We learned to lie about a bunch of stuff, and now the lies aren't working like they used to. And so what do we do? Let's call their wives whores. Let's dox them. Let's send out fake copyright strike. They're just They're panicking. That's why they're doing all this deranged stuff. So guys, keep in mind, everyone out there, keep in mind, this isn't over. This is going to keep going, right? They're going to keep getting more and more desperate and doing crazier and more insane things because they just can't win, and they're losing their minds over it.
Mm-hmm. Before you start,
it's fantastic.
Oh, what's up?
Oh no, I think that. Okay, maybe here is good too. Here, Muhammad is like looking at how he looked at the men of al-Zuq. So you Muhammad Hijab. Looking with desire.
Oh yeah, look at him over there. Looking. Look at this. Look at this strapping young lad right beside me. Look at that. Oh, I'd like to see him without a beard. Yes. Here we go.
Fantastic, man. It's fantastic. I mean, we've had a altercation so far, but we come in peace.
Well, that's London, isn't it? So, what can you do about it? Well, I'll tell you something else which has been on the internet. There's these kind of Christian polemicists, and they don't represent all the Christians in the world. We just make this very clear.
Yeah,
but these are misfits. These are ruffians. These are thugs,
Guys, we're the misfits. You got hijab. Yes, Western women who criticize Islam are just waiting for real men to come and grape them. Yes, that's what they're doing. Golden showers. Yes, golden shower. Yes, of course we can lie to our wives and take all these secret second and third and fourth wives. Yes, we can do muta. Yes, we do all this stuff. These Christian apologists are ruffians. What?
These polemicists, the likes of David Wood, who in 2018, was destroyed in debate by me, and then subsequently came out.
So I guess you could say that when Muhammad Hijab destroys Islam from within because we stack the deck with narcissists, you can thank good old D. Wood. Huh. Good to know.
In debate by me, and then subsequently came out recently, subhanallah, saying that he raped a 13-year-old or something like that. And
Did I say I raped someone?
No.
Nope. They're pathological liars.
Hang on. Let's see. I listened to this, but I don't remember if he jumps onto something else or if they talk about it. Let me see.
You know what he said? He said it's because her breasts were formed.
Really?
No, I didn't say that. I just pointed out the fact that she was post-pubescent, but let's see.
That's what he said.
So that's him. And then you've got the Sam.
Okay, so that's the law. Isn't that what Muhammad did though?
Yeah,
that's
what's interesting.
Before, like pre-pubescent though.
Yeah, here's what's interesting. So guys, I've never said that I've raped anyone because if I were to say that, then most people would interpret that as I forced myself on someone. I've never all the messed up things I've done in my life, I've never forced myself on anyone. But I did acknowledge that when I was 18, I was out on bond. I was an atheist before I was a Christian, and I pointed out no one knew this, but I went ahead and said it, that I had sex with 2 underage teenage girls. I pointed it out. Hijab just called it rape. Got that, everyone? Hijab just called that rape, right? And that's not actually the law in the state that was in. That's Virginia. They don't. In Virginia, rape is something forcible, right? They have a separate charge for sex with a minor. It's called carnal knowledge of a girl under 17 or something like that. So they have a separate charge. But Hijab called it rape, and he didn't even say like statutory. He just said rape. Period. That's it. Right? Everyone got that?
Yeah.
And so how could you say that non-forcible sex with a teenage girl is by definition rape, right? Because keep in mind, I'm not going to object. All I'm going to do is whatever definition you want to go with, fine. Just be consistent and adhere to that definition. Now, why is that relevant? Anyone want to explain it?
Well, David, their fake prophet, when he was 53, he consummated a marriage to a 9-year-old girl. Therefore, they're acknowledging that Muhammad raped a 9-year-old.
Yeah, so if having sex with a teenage girl who wants to have sex is rape anyway, according to Mohammed Hijab, who just said it, and Libiano, Orthodox, who just agreed, then you'd have to say sex with a prepubescent 9-year-old, a prepubescent 9-year-old. That would be like extreme child rape.
Yep.
Hijab just said it.
Well, it is.
Mohammed Hijab just called his own prophet a child rapist. His word. His word. And Libiano agreed. That is what it is. So, and just so in case anyone doesn't know what we're talking about, look at this. This is Sahih al-Bukhari. Giving one's young children in marriage is permissible. Interesting. By virtue of the statement of Allah, and for those who have no monthly courses, i.e. they are still immature, 65:4, that's the verse Mohammed Hijab was quoting to show that you can have sex, according to the Quran, with a 5-year-old. And the iddah for the girl before puberty is 3 months. The iddah is a waiting period. If someone divorces a girl, how long does she have to wait before the next guy can marry her? And it says here, the iddah for the girl before puberty is 3 months. In other words, if a girl gets married before puberty, she has sex, and then her husband divorces her, she has to wait 3 months. She's still prepubescent. She has to wait 3 months before the next guy, the next dawa guy, can marry her and have sex with her. And then, he can divorce her, and then she'll have to wait another 3 months before the next guy. A girl could have 5 husbands all before she reached puberty. Right? And then as an example of marrying a prepubescent girl, what does Bukhari give? Narrated Aisha that the Prophet wrote the marriage contract with her when she was 6 years old, and he consummated his marriage when she was 9 years old, and then she remained with him for 9 years, i.e. till his death. Let's just look at a couple more real quick. 5158, Sahih al-Bukhari, narrated Urwa, the Prophet wrote the marriage contract with Aisha while she was 6 years old and consummated his marriage with her while she was 9 years old, and she remained with him for 9 years. Hey, check this one out. Narrated Aisha, I used to play with the dolls in the presence of the Prophet, and my girlfriends also used to play with me. When Allah's messenger used to enter my dwelling place, they used to hide themselves. Smart. But the Prophet would call them to join and play with me, like to watch them playing with dolls. And notice what it says. The playing with the dolls and similar images is forbidden, but it was allowed for Aisha at that time as she was a little girl, not yet reached the age of puberty. So, here's what I find interesting. These guys, on some level, have a functioning moral compass, but it only works when they're attacking someone. Then all of a sudden they understand that what their enemies are doing is wrong. What's crazy to me is they will point at an 18-year-old psychopath D. Wood and say, you see, look how bad that guy is. I've never met anyone who disagrees. No one on our side is saying, it's a good thing to do. And anything 18-year-old D. Wood did is great. He should be the pattern of conduct for all people. No one's saying that. But how? How can I say I did something as 18 and you guys instantly realize it's wrong and start condemning me for it and call it rape? And then you say, well, your prophet did something way worse. You're talking prepubescent 9-year-old. She's not even in double digits. What's up with that? Oh, it's the greatest thing ever. I wish I were 1-year-old and he did it to me. I would even give my 1-year-old daughter to him to do that. How? How can you have a functioning moral compass, but only when you're using it to attack someone, and any other time when it's anyone on your side, anything goes? That's insane, guys. But somehow Islam does that to your brain, and you wonder why we have a problem with it. We have a problem because it does this to your brains. Creepy stuff.
And David, you don't go and encourage other people. You acknowledge what you did was sinful and wrong and you repented.
Yeah.
Muhammad encouraged. There's a story about Jabir, and Muhammad asked him, was like, "Hey, who did you marry?" And he was like, "Oh, I married a matron." And he was like, "Why didn't you marry a young girl so you could play with her and fondle with her?" Like he was encouraging the same kind of depraved, evil thing that he did, marrying Aisha.
And they just at the end of the day, they just do what their father, the devil, does. I mean, as Revelation says, he accuses the saints day and night. So these people just do the same thing. Any past sin you did that you've repented of, that you have been redeemed, that you've rejected, Christ has redeemed you from, in their eyes, that now defines you because they're just following their father, the devil, who just accuses the saints day and night and tries to remind them of their sin. Again, which side is on the side of truth and which is on the side of evil? It's not hard to see.
Hang on, what the heck is this? Why are they looking at each other like they're about to kiss?
They're lovers.
Look at his eyes. He's looking at Hijab's mouth. Look at him. He's looking at Muhammad Hijab's mouth. Look at where his eyes are. He's not looking into his eyes. He's looking at his mouth.
Dude, somebody clip this and get Careless Whispers and put it over this.
Guys, look at this. When he's looking at Hijab, he's looking at his mouth. Anyway, so guys, yes, notice, and I'm totally serious. I need to make like a separate video because Hijab has said this over and over again. And I made a video on it last year. All of a sudden, all people started realizing all the creepy stuff that's going on and that's in the sources. But keep in mind, right now, according to Muhammad Hijab, you can call Muhammad, his prophet, rapist Muhammad the rapist, using his definition. In fact, you could call Muhammad child rapist. Not according to me, although according to me too, but according to Muhammad Hijab, you can call Muhammad a child rapist. Absolutely, he cannot back down. He can't back out. He can't back out of it because he's the one who said it. He's the one who said it. It's not just because he says I said. I didn't say it, right? I didn't say it. I said what I did. He defined it as rape, not even statutory. He just defined it as rape. Okay, your prophet, who was way older than I was, had sex with someone who was way younger than anyone I've ever had sex with. What would that be? Child rape, according to you, Muhammad Hijab, and to Orthodox Muslim who's lovingly, longingly staring at your lips. All right, but now they're going to go on. Let's see.
Form really that's a lot. So that's him, and then you've got the Sam Shimon, who's his wife beating up his wife.
His wife was snatched. Well, he beat her up, and then she was snatched by a plumber.
Oh right, yeah, that's when he said that he's got a 3-inch penis or something like that, isn't it?
5.5.
He said 5.5. That must mean it's 2.5. Actually. Yeah, it's a micro penis, but that's something else. And then you've got
hang on. So he's about to go on to someone else. So they just brought up Sam hit his wife. Anyone on our side defending that?
Nope.
We would all condemn it, right? How are they condemning it? We can condemn that. Why? We're commanded to love our wives as Christ loved the church. That's why we're not going to be like, oh, you really don't care about, you really don't want me to do this. Well, I'm going to go bang a bunch of ladies anyway. You don't tell me what to do. You're being a bad wife if you don't let me go out and bang tons and tons of women. Let me just pull this up. What could they possibly say against someone who beats a woman? Here we go.
Yeah, nothing.
Surah 4, verse 34. Men are in charge of women. Why? Because Allah hath made the one of them to excel the other, and because they spend of their property for the support of women. So they provide for you. So men are in charge of you. So good women are the obedient, guarding in secret that which Allah hath guarded. As for those from whom ye fear rebellion, admonish them and banish them to beds apart and scourge them. Then, if they obey you, seek not a way against them. Lo, Allah is ever high, exalted, great. So scourge them. That's just beat them. And okay, so Sam did that. What would your objection be? Oh, but you guys are hypocrites because you condemn it. We condemn it with Muhammad. We condemn it with Sam Shamoon. We condemn it when you guys did. Oh, hang on. You know what? What's the timestamp? IP, remember 108, because it's interesting they just condemned Sam Shamoon, Malik spills the beans on lots of topics, but one of the things that's apparently known among all the Dawah guys is that Libiano is a notorious wife beater. Isn't that wild? Check this out.
That's fair. I agree. Well, what about the recording of Libiano's wife that you took about him hitting his wife? Should I show that?
Yeah.
Wait, you want to do that?
Yeah, we can talk about it.
That's fair. I agree. Well, what about the recording of Libiano's wife that you took about him hitting his wife? Should I show that?
You get that? It's like the Dawah guys are all know. They all know about the infamous video of Libiano talking about beating his wife. Wild stuff. But here,
they cannot believe how dumb the Dawah guys are to let this guy into their inner circle and like all their secrets he now knows, and he just went and snitched on all of them one day.
Straight up snitched. And so here's what's amazing. Libiano criticizing Sam Shamoun, rightly, for hitting his wife years ago.
Yep.
But that would just make him a good Muslim, according to these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And isn't that interesting? They suddenly understand that it's wrong if one of their enemies is doing it. Although he's kind of turning into their best friend.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Timestamp 108.
All right, we'll go back up to where they're criticizing Sam Shamoun for being a better Muslim than a Christian. All right. Now we
it's a micro penis, but that's something else. And then you've got
micro penis,
like Mohammed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey, everyone remember this? Everyone remember? Oh, gosh, I got to get Mary Harp on there. She has tons of evidence that Muhammad actually had a micro PP. We all heard the case from Andrew Wilson when he was debating Muslim Lantern, and Muslim Lantern acknowledges that Muhammad had sex with Aisha when she was 9 years old. He said, but he didn't harm her. Yes, Muhammad, my prophet, had sex with a 9-year-old girl, but he didn't harm her. Well, Andrew Wilson actually, he pointed out that the length of the vaginal canal of a 9-year-old girl is about 2 inches, which means if Muhammad didn't harm her, he was sub 2 inches. Now, that's the case we've heard. Mary Harp has all this extra stuff drawn from the various Muslim sources that only makes sense if Muhammad had a micro PP. So in honor of you two guys, I'm going to get Mary Harp on here to share her compelling evidence that Muhammad did, in fact, have a micro PP, since you guys find it so funny. And just to be nice, I'll have you guys on as the laugh track over and over and over again, since you guys like to laugh. I like to laugh too. Let's go.
This guy now, Mr. What's his name? Avery?
Yep, Avery, GodLogic's Apologetics, man.
Well, it turns out that actually he's also been embroiled in some kind of thing. Because the thing is, they've been all, from my understanding, you can correct me if I'm wrong, because one of their guys, drunk, had got hit or something. I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah.
Talking about Chris getting punched in the face for challenging Libiano to debate. And actually, what gave rise to it was David, because he's black. Right? This is UK David. He's black. He was actually talking to Libiano. Libiano's buddy started hurling racial epithets at David and then punched him and then took another swing, missed, and then he tries to take off, and Chris sort of walks over and goes, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And he punches Chris in the face. And they'll all say the words going, "We don't condone violence," but they all giggle themselves silly and clearly advocate it. But so that's what he's referring to there. And look at their faces.
So this guy got hit or something, got smacked in the face. He couldn't defend himself. That's something else. He needs to defend himself. He needs to learn how to defend himself.
Look at these guys laughing.
Speaking of Chris, if you haven't gotten his book yet, you should get it.
Mm-hmm. You should all absolutely get the Islamic Dilemma book. I'll be doing a promo here sometime this week because it's awesome stuff. And everyone who's watching, Avery absolutely cooked Hijab. This is the king of Dawah, supposedly. Cooked him, destroyed him on the Islamic Dilemma. But guess what? You don't have to be GodLogic to do that. You can now read the book, write the verses down, and you could do the exact same thing with all your Muslim friends. Anyone can do this. Anyone can do this. In fact, we even saw Malik when he was just he was playing devil's advocate against Jake, and he crushed Jake on the Islamic Dilemma. Even a complete idiot like Malik can use the argument and crush a Dawah guy. So that should be very encouraging. But yes, we'll have more on that in the future, but that's who they were talking about here. Oh, and by the way, these guys laughing and saying you should have been able to defend yourself. If any one of these guys got punched in the face, if Ali Dawah, just a Christian, walked up to him and punched him in the face, would these guys be saying, well, you should have learned to defend yourself? Ha, 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 ha. No. They'd be, oh, the Islamophobia. When is the government going to do something to stop the Islamophobia? Giant hypocrites.
It's funny. In my travels, I talked to a guy that works in prison. He's a prison guard, and he says, like, the Muslims are the guys that are always starting drama, and while they're doing it, they're also claiming to be victims, like simultaneously.
No question. Like, I saw that. That was my first, and I thought that was just like inmates. That was just like Muslim inmates. And then I got out and I found, no, they always do this, right? They always do this.
Yeah.
They would thug out on people, and the moment anyone responds or something like that, they would run to the administration and go, oh, save us, save us. It's like, what the heck is wrong with you guys, man? But by the way, that goes back to Muhammad, right? That totally goes back to Muhammad. When the polytheists didn't want him taking the pilgrimage to Mecca, oh, we're being persecuted. They won't let us take the pilgrimage to Mecca. As soon as Muhammad took over, no one can take the pilgrimage to Mecca except us. Like total hypocrisy. And so, oh, we're victims, we're victims, we're victims. Oh, we're now in charge. Okay, all of you are subjugated. And people fall for, here we're 14 centuries of this, and people still fall for this. Unfortunately, people are catching on. Look at these guys. These guys. These peas in a pod here.
We don't condone the violence, whatever. But we serve that to defend themselves. So coming as a drunkard and getting punched in the face and something like that. It's a different story.
Yeah. But and also they're lying. Like
they've been desecrated.
Yeah.
This is how bad they are. Like they saw that happen. They immediately started spreading the rumor Chris was drunk. They have no evidence of that, but all their fans just started saying it like it's a fact because that's what they do. They just lie endlessly. And when they said he was drunk, therefore he must be. This is how pathetic.
That's the other thing. When your dawah guy gives you a lie, then everyone just runs with it. That is one of the sickening things about that. They'll say Rebecca was 3. Oh my goodness, and then they'll all just run with it, and it's complete made up nonsense. Hey, look at Libby. Look at duck lips sticking out his tongue. Weird.
In the Quran. You know, he said he's going to dedicate a whole campaign of Quran desecration to me because his friend basically messed around and found out. I don't condone what happened to him, but I mean, if you're going to come and instigate violence.
Did you just hear that? Instigate violence.
Yeah.
Again, it was David. It was David who got punched. Chris just yells, "What are you doing?" and then gets punched in the face. If you're going to show up and instigate violence, compulsive chronic liars. Yes, I did say that I would start a campaign of Quran desecration because of that. But it's interesting. I gave him an option. I said, look, we can either do a Quran demolition ranch or I can put you in this 101 ways to respect the Quran. You take your pick. He chose both. So he's trying to cause maximum Quran desecration. Hey, Libiano, we'll have that out tomorrow, man. Check out Quran Demolition Ranch. Check out the YouTube channel Quran Demolition Ranch. Me and my son were Team Libiano. We were defending you. We were defending you. There was Team Hijab, Team Malik, and Team Libiano. We were Team Libiano. And Eric and Elle, they were Team Malik, and they were arguing that because Malik caused so much Quran desecration this year, he should be the king of Quran desecration. AP and Thaddeus, they were Team Hijab. They were arguing that Hijab started all the Quran desecration by going after people's wives back in the day. None of us were doing that. None of us were doing that stuff. And then people started doing it in reaction to Hijab going after people's wives, which he is doing right now, by the way. So he knows it and he's doing it anyway. So that was their argument. And then I was pointing out, it's like, yeah, Libiano doesn't have that history, but he's the new guy, right? These guys are all fading out. I mean, Malik's not. He's not going to. You're not going to be hearing a lot from Malik for much longer. He's breaking so many laws. He's going to end up locked up. And Hijab's clearly on his way out. He gets embarrassed every time he shows his face. So who's the future? It's Libiano. So we were Team Orthoduclips, and I have to say, we're going to let people vote. I think Libiano's going to win.
And just to add to this, people are wondering, like, what about all this Quran desecration? You can use this in your apologetic, guys, actually, because, like, think about it. Like, years ago, Muslims were saying, like, no one desecrates the Quran, no one does it, because Allah will strike them down immediately. So why is David and all his pals not been struck down by Allah? If this is the sacred, uncreated speech of Allah, kind of odd, isn't it? Kind of odd.
Yeah, and then Andrew Tate posted one. He posted a clip of someone burning a Bible. It was like atheists or Satanists or something like that, and they were burning a Bible. And he said, "There's a reason you'll never see people doing this with the Quran." And so I instantly like posted something with me ripping the Quran or something like this. But tons of people did, and a bunch of Muslims contacted him and said, "Take that down," because it sounds like a challenge. It sounded like a challenge, and everyone was posting Quran desecration stuff. So, they thought you wouldn't do it because deep down you know it's true, and you're scared of Allah and stuff like that. And then it was also no, you're scared of us. You're scared of Muslims and stuff like that. It's like, well, I've been doing this for how many years now? All thanks to Hijab. Hijab started it, guys. Guys, go back before Muhammad Hijab. You didn't see me drawing cartoons of Muhammad. You didn't see me ripping the Quran, doing it. The only time I ever did anything to the Quran was when you guys made an experiment and you said a cat will not walk on the Quran. That's it. That's the only time. And then I put Quran on the floor and the cat walked all over it. And then, oh my goodness, I can't believe that you're disrespecting the Quran. That you guys made it an experiment. You said this is the proof of Islam. A cat will not walk on it. I put a Quran in front of the cat. He walked all over it. And then, oh my goodness, I can't. Well, you guys made the test. You guys made the test. Join it. But anyway, the point was I wasn't into any of that. I wanted things at the level of argumentation and debate. Hijab said, no. We will instead go after people's wives. And so what? Okay, he's acknowledging he's not interested in keeping this at the level of debate. Just like now, when he's handing out copyright strikes and insulting people and going after people's wives. He's giving up on the debate. He knows he can't win. And so he's going to go in a different direction. Okay, well, the people who want to keep it on the level of debate, they can keep doing that. And a few of us, a handful of us, we'll roll with you, Hijab. We'll roll with you. All right. Well, let's see what else these guys have to say.
Yeah. Look, there's freedom there's freedom of expression, but there's also freedom of consequences.
Did you hear that?
That's what happens. That's what happens. You wanted to insult people's wives. The Quran got ripped because of you. So there you go. That's the freedom of consequences, bro.
He just said
it is, bro.
There's freedom of speech, but there's also freedom of consequences, right? Right, Hijab? That's your rule, right? All right, keep that in mind. We'll wait.
If you do something to antagonize the people are going to respond.
If you do something to antagonize people, people are going to respond. Are you guys catching this? Like the the complete lack of self-reflection. If you do something to antagonize people, people are going to respond. He's talking about responding with violence. Yeah, if you show up and you start telling people you got a debate and you're trying to set up a debate and people respond by punching you in the face, hey, consequences. You deserved it for telling someone you want to debate. Okay, Hijab, if you're going after people's wives, your buddies are doxing people, you're filing false copyright complaints and so on. What was your rule again? Consequences, right?
Consequences. Yep. Consequences.
Okay, that's good to know.
Consequences.
Yeah. Hijab, don't ever freaking complain to us. Oh, I can't believe they disrespect the Quran. None of you Hijab fans, none of you Libiano fans, none of you. Don't even freaking try it. Oh, but why aren't you respecting the Quran? Shut up. Your rule. You just had it right there in front of you. That's your rule. I accept, Hijab. I accept that if someone is antagonizing, then there should be consequences. Not violence like you guys are promoting there while saying you're not. But yes, consequences. All right, good to know.
We say, if you do something to antagonize the people are going to respond. We don't condone the violence. But having said that, it's not the only thing being desecrated, the Quran, because actually Mr. Avery's wife's been desecrated herself, hasn't she?
Issa, not sure you want to be here, man, but it's going to be a rough time. Rough time. Keep in mind, this would not be happening right now if it weren't for Mojab. All right, let's see what they got to say.
That's disgusting. That's such a disgusting, evil thing to say.
Yep. Look at it, and they love it. Oh, they love it, man. They love it. Matter of fact, all right, let's just watch a little more.
Let's take a look at this video and come back and respond in kind.
Holy ho!
Victoria. We're identical twins, and we think it would be perfect to be social models for you guys. We made this video so we could show how our personality comes across instead of just writing a paragraph.
Hold on.
All of the things that you guys are looking for. In fact, we believe we have everything you're looking for.
So as you can see here, Orthodox, this has been unorthodox for this lady here. She's had an unorthodox formative experience.
Very unorthodox video.
So it shows you that this is, look, the misfits of the Christian polemical scene. Okay, you have a man who's...
Do you hear that? The misfits of the Christian polemical scene. That was her auditioning for some shows. Malik made it sound like she's trying to do porn or something like that because he's a compulsive liar. Because he's a compulsive liar. And then Hijab and Libiano, knowing who Malik is, went ahead and rolled with it anyway. And so anyway, we're going to get the recap here. Let's see.
Polemical scene. Okay, you have a man who's admitted to raping a 13.
I admitted to what? But so you've got a man who forced me. This is what. Let me say what you should say, Mohammed Hijab. A man who forced me to admit that Mohammed was a rapist. That's what you should say, because that's what just happened.
You have a man who's admitted to raping a 13-year-old and a 14-year-old. You've got David Wood who's doing the raping. You've got Sam Shimon who's doing...
He said it's raping.
The beating. And then you
just said beating, okay? And that's Islamic. So you just condemned your prophet, and you just condemned your prophet, and you condemned your God, and you condemned your book.
Got Mr. Avery here, who's talking about women's rights. He's got a woman who's essentially with her, with her sister. She's touching herself and saying, "We've got everything you want." I don't know if this is an incestuous thing. I don't know if they're together.
Now it's incest. You hear that? Accusing her.
Then Muhammad committed incest, marrying his cousin. Now 14th century.
Did marry his first cousin? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, it could be. Yeah. And as a matter of fact, I didn't tell you about this.
Yeah.
But she has pictures of her online in bikinis.
Who has this?
You hear this?
Avery's wife.
You hear this? She has pictures of herself in bikinis. Did you guys catch that?
These are basically animals.
Yeah,
these are perverts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to say, because we actually we've been going through Malik's stream. Malik is the one who says this stuff. The problem is, if you know Malik, you know you can't trust anything. He twists everything. Like he actually got one of his friends to say that I had raped her and stuff years ago, and that's where it came out that my real name is David Sagara and stuff, because they were so screwed up on all the details and stuff like that. Even when she was saying that it happened, I was already locked up by then. So they were completely wrong because he's too stupid and sloppy. But it's like, when you do stuff like that, it's like, okay, I don't trust any of your stories, man. Anyway, he posted a picture of Christina in a bikini. She looks like she's like 13 years old trying on a bikini. She looks like a kid. This is what they're talking about. Yeah, she's in a bikini. So anyway, I saw the first one because Thaddeus is the one who's watching Malik's live streams and then getting clips ready. And like the first one we saw, he like didn't blur that out. After that, we realized, wait a minute, you're going to have all guys like this sitting there whacking off, looking at Avery's wife and stuff like that. So anyway, blurred it out and stuff. But yeah, she looked like a teenage girl. And they're saying, oh yeah. So she's got this bikini pic. Therefore, she's a whore. Little interesting side note. This just happened. IP, remember when Lily J just posted a video?
Yes, I do.
Her stupid video. Look, Look who posted it. Orthodox Muslim. The Orthodox Muslim posted this. Why is this relevant, guys? Well, Lily J was a model, and she eventually, just like several months ago, finally took her videos down because too many of her Muslim fans were just whacking off to our videos. But every single video was her close up of her boobs in every shot and so on. So, does he really have a problem with make it make sense here? Saying, "Oh, look, Christina, she posted a bikini pic years ago. So you see, this means she's a whore." Okay, why are you reposting things from someone that you should be calling a whore?
Yeah. I mean, this just, again, Hijab and Libiano here are actually telling on themselves that, again, where does the mind of a porn addict go when they see stuff like this? They immediately assume sexual. They immediately assume the person's a whore because that's what they're looking at every day when they're watching porn. This is where the mind of a porn addict goes. These guys are telling on themselves. They need serious help. Instead of exposing Avery and his wife, they're exposing themselves, not in a Zut sense, but they're exposing themselves for how
maybe also in a Zut sense.
Deviant their minds are.
Yeah, it's pretty. Look, here you go. But she's white, so it's different. Yeah, that is the actual reasoning there because they're racist. But by the way, here's the thing. So this is Lily J. I got where they actually. I took the screenshot when they actually when she was actually like a close up of her face. Why? Because she's wearing a skin tight thing with her boobs hanging, with her boobs like right up in her face, and the girl she's talking to, who's like. Looks like she's like 17 or 18 or something like that. Also, skin tight, boobs in your face. And so I had to, like, I deliberately took a screenshot where it was just a close up of Lily J's head instead of her boobs. But guess what? These guys, both of them, totally fine with a revert sister. Remember, the revert sisters are the ones who take it best, according to Mohammed Hijab. But they are totally fine with a revert sister showing her boobs off now, wearing skin-tight stuff, setting an example for all the other revert sisters to wear skin-tight stuff and show off their boobs. And they're totally fine with, it doesn't matter if you were a model and making videos and just wearing the most revealing stuff. I just in a video where I was just pointing out that she hadn't taken her videos down. I was like, if she's like living a new life now, why does she still have these videos? Why? Because she's still making money, which means she can't possibly be serious about Islam if she's still making money off these videos. I played a very short clip in one of the not revealing parts, and I started getting messages. David, you're giving people all sorts of impure thoughts and stuff like this. You need to take your video down and stuff like that. And that was just me playing a couple seconds of one of her videos and stuff. And guess what? We don't go after her. When she was a Muslim, we were going after her because of her past. We were going because she was still making money off those videos. So I only brought it up in that context. But I mean, according to these guys, she should always be regarded as a total whore.
Yep.
That's just the way things are. So guys, just so you know, I'm not going to do this. You shouldn't either. But according to these guys' reasoning, every person out there could be calling Lily J a whore and just posting shots from her videos back in the day. You could do it. And you could say what? I'm not saying do that. Lily J does not have anything to do with this. Lily J is an obvious liar and grifter. I don't believe she takes anything she's saying seriously and stuff like that. But yeah, I wouldn't hold her accountable for these guys here. But the point is, if we were like them, we could be doing this stuff all day with their dawah people. Matter of fact, people have been talking about Korah. As soon as Korah started challenging everyone's stuff, people sent pictures. These are the pictures Korah shares with people behind the scenes, and it's her in like underwear and stuff like that. And don't send me this crap. I'm not going to use it, so you don't send it to me. Yeah. Anyway. Massively dysfunctional.
Didn't she just turn 18 too? So that'd be a child when she's sending that stuff.
She has a different story depending on what, if you say, oh, you got smoked in this debate, she says, oh, I was just a kid during that time. And so she'll say that, but other times she's saying she's like 22 and stuff like that. So you can't,
who knows?
They're compulsive liars, man. You can't tell what's reality and so on. Anyway, weird stuff.
You got two grown idiots here. Tweedledee and Tweedledum looking at each other look at those romantic looks look how they're staring at each other.
Again, we need to like get all these screenshots together. Careless whispers.
Yeah. And look again, he's looking right at his mouth.
Girl.
Like Hijab at least is looking at Libiano's eyes. Libiano is looking every single time. He's looking directly at Mohammed Hijab's mouth. And look how close they are. They're like their mouths are like a foot apart. They're almost kissing already. And Libiano's sitting there looking right at his mouth. I would be uncomfortable being that close to a dude and staring right at his mouth. Like, this is weird, man. And there's not a lot that makes me uncomfortable. That would make me freaking uncomfortable. And Libiano's totally fine. Like, oh, look at his mouth. Look at his strong, manly mouth, dawah mouth. Oh, this is
Mohammed
creepy.
looks like he's leaning in, too.
Yeah, he does. He looks like he's leaning in, like just slowly. Just slowly leaning in.
They're not doing anything not proper for Islam. They're just imitating their prophet and Dihal Kabi. I mean, this is what they're told to do anyway.
And Hijab's like, yes, I have very skinny lips, but you have those duck lips. I'd like to get a taste of those duck lips. Quack, 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 quack. Pretend I'm another duck and let me kiss your duck lips. What the heck is these guys are messed up, man. Oh boy! All right, let's get back to this.
Who has the pictures?
It's her. She's posted it.
Why?
Maybe Avery's not enough. I don't know. Maybe he's not enough.
But he can't bring Sam Shimon to help him out.
Okay, guys. I already said I like laughing, right? I like laughing. You know what's funny?
Too much.
You know what's funny? Like spit takes, like where someone's drinking something and they like spit, right? They can't keep it in. So I'm going to back it up a little. I do like laughing. I like spit takes and stuff like that. So anyway, not spit takes like, Mohammed on the night of Al-Zut or whatever these guys are into. But anyway, yeah, I don't want to get stuff all over my computer and stuff. So, I'll just sit here with the Quran to kind of block me from getting any of my equipment or microphone stuff wet. Anyway, I'm just going to take a sip and then we'll watch.
But he can't bring Sam Shimon to help him out.
No, the plumber.
Yeah, Syrian plumber can go and help. I mean, this is humiliation. SubhanAllah, it's everything that they accuse us of. They do themselves, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's just for some reason, all of these Christian apologists turn out to be just criminals or cucks. I guess. Cucks.
By the way, guys, you hear this? Everything they accuse us of, they do. Wait, when did I do anything? When I was still an atheist? Do we still do it? Do we still do this stuff? And if someone did it now, would it be acceptable in our community the way all this stuff is acceptable in your community? Really? Mm-hmm. Notice, guys, what they just said was made for complete idiots. Anyone with a functioning brain would say, they're not saying this stuff is good to do. They're condemning this stuff. If they've done stuff when they were young and stuff like that, they condemn it. They don't say it's good and everyone should imitate it. You guys are saying it's good and everyone should be imitating it, and you guys do it. Do you not see a difference there? And by the way, there is this issue, like, and they can't take this seriously, but they act like if you've ever done anything in your life, you can't criticize it if you've done it, right? Which would be insane, right? That would be like, I mean, almost all of Muhammad's early companions were polytheists. They start off as polytheists. So what? They would never be allowed to criticize polytheism after that? They would never allow. That's all they did. All they did was criticize polytheism. But they can't do it because they'd be hypocrites. So I just, for everyone who's watching, maybe convey to these guys, because this is how stupid they are, at some point, you're a hypocrite if you're condemning something, but you're doing it, right? You're not a hypocrite if you did something before, realized it was wrong, you condemn it when you did it. So you look back and you say, I condemn what I did back then, and I condemn that from anyone else. That's not a hypocrite. That's changing and being consistent. It's something you guys completely lack, man. You guys are nuts, man. Well, let's see. We got more.
Also, apostate prophet was...
A+.
Yeah, A+.
Yeah, his name is A+.
Yeah. So apostate prophet A+, Mr. Ridwan, he actually... It's so funny, man.
Tell me.
His wife has been flirting with this Eastern Orthodox guy on Twitter in front of everybody for about a year. He recently cheated on her with a Jewish woman in Israel, and she just confessed her love and accepted a marriage proposal on Twitter.
So this is what it is. I mean, they talk about the strict Islamic rules on gender, but the strict Islamic rules, which are actually the disciplined Islamic rules on gender.
Yeah. Why is this stupid, guys? Why is this stupid?
More lies.
Miss your marriage.
Yeah. AP and his wife were atheists. AP viewed it as kind of like a getting into the country kind of thing. Things had already broken down before they converted, and then after so it was over pretty much before they converted, and then after they converted to Christianity, it was kind of okay. Let's see if anything changes or something. And it didn't. But they both had concluded, based on everything that had happened before, that even from a Christian perspective, they were not. Whether you agree or not, I'm not saying. I'm just saying this is not like what are you? Oh my goodness, what are you criticizing AP for? Right. Mm-hmm. Like, I can see why a Christian could criticize AP and say, no, even though you were an atheist and it was for this and all these things happened and stuff while you were still atheist, you still should have done this. If you have a case, I basically don't know how that works, right? I don't know how it works if you're both atheists and, he's getting married to get into the country, and then you become Christians, but you'd already decided it was. I don't know how that thing's. I don't know the rules there, and so I leave that to other people, and I just leave it. Okay, AP, go talk to your priest or whatever. But he'll know more about this than I do. How do you condemn that as a Muslim? You guys just kick women to the curb like they're garbage. Like,
they do that all the time. They get married just for papers and disappear all the time.
Yeah.
Why is that any different?
I mean, Hijab had a hotel wife. I mean, let's not forget what he did to her.
Yeah, Libiano is a known wife beater, and then he's in the dawah scene, which means he's smashing hoes and doing all this stuff. You got the Warner doing mutta marriages, and who knows what these guys are doing. You got Mohammed Hijab bragging about all the revert sisters that he's experienced and so on, and then he gets exposed for promising a woman. You got to be my secret extra wife. Don't tell my wife, but we're going to have a life together. We'll have a home together. We'll have kids together. Then he has sex with her and says, actually, we're not going to have a home together. We're not going to have kids together. I only want you to be my wife in the hotel for sex. She said no. And eventually she tried to inform other Muslim women that this is what these guys are doing. They're lying to your faces, saying what their intentions are, and they don't intend on following through on any of it. And so she tries to warn other Muslim women. They declare war on her, lie about her, saying she's just some crazy stalker. He was never married to her, tried to destroy her life. And they were even like faking screenshots, photoshopping them to make her look like a liar. They made a fake AI generated confession from her admitting she was lying. It was fake. It was AI. And then all these guys, including Duck Lips here, Deez Responds, they all helped Hijab attack this Muslim woman who'd been duped by Hijab and treated like a prostitute. And who do they side with? Hijab. They always side with the guy. And these guys are sitting here, but AP got a divorce.
But they divorce and throw out their wives all the time. And we're talking about these same kind of dawah dudes that have been exposed by Malik himself. Thank you, Malik. About having threesomes and running trains on women and all the 9 yards. How the Warner got married was divorced 9 times.
Mm-hmm. And then they're always Malik exposed it all, smashing hoes, running trains. And we didn't even play in that clip. Malik was saying that they have no problem being up in the club with trans women and stuff like that. Yeah. And so that's what these guys are into. But AP got a divorce. You see, this proves that they're hypocrites when they condemn us for all this stuff that is like, absolutely sick.
He needs 8 more to catch up with Warner.
Yep. Interesting stuff.
My gosh.
All right, let's watch some more from these kings. These are the kings of Dawah right now, guys. These are the kings of Dawah. These are the representatives of Islam telling everyone why they should convert to Islam. These guys know.
They prevent this kind of shambolic practices from taking place. The raping and the hitting. You're hitting one of them. You're raping one of them. The other one's a whore. What the hell is going on here? And the other one can't defend himself in the street and this and that. What kind of men are you anyways? I mean, this is the reason why, to be honest, I can imagine why this Mr. Avery, he was running away from you in the debate, wasn't he?
So what he does is every up and comer, he tries to debate them so he can knock them out, right? He did that with me, and I think it did the opposite effect, I guess.
The adverse effect.
Exactly. So my channel blew off, went off from there.
That's what blowing off is. His wife.
What'd you say, Happy?
No. Avery smoked him. He got him to admit that Jesus is Yahweh in a lesser sense, which is ridiculous that he would concede that. So
yeah. And then what happened? Then Avery's been focused on going up the Dawah scene and facing the best. And Libiano's still pretty new. And right now, who would we even want to talk to Libiano? I mean, he's sitting there calling his wife a whore, and they're like, "Oh, why are you running from me?" And like, why would we interact with you, dude? Anyway.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
And her sister as well.
They're twins. Yeah, it's crazy. But after that, he just refused to interact with me.
He did.
Yeah, so every time I...
No, but you came on the stream with me as well, and we were...
Her sister?
What's that?
Was this all somebody's sister being disrespected as well?
No.
Yep.
Christina's sister, as far as I know, based on what they said. I don't know the details, but they said that's her sister.
They're gonna make me need to go put up a GoFundMe for Qurans just so I could desecrate them. I need a Quran desecration fundraiser. Hey,
you know what's wild? I didn't find this out until we were actually live. I don't know if it'll work with it. This is just a Heineken, but in another live stream, I stuck Quran pages in a beer and it started like foaming a bunch. But that was with like a beer that was like 9%. I don't know if it'll work with a Heineken, but let's find out. We're gonna find out. This is how experiments work, guys. Experiments work. Oh, it is. It's already foaming. Hey, but I've got the top sealed up. I don't know if the foam can come up. Look at that. Isn't that interesting? Look at that. The Quran makes beer foam. You see, this is the power of Allah. He's telling you that this is haram, and he's showing you that the Quran resists the beer and makes it leak out of the bottle because the Quran does not like it. Isn't that crazy? I don't know.
You're on a good beer there.
Oh yeah, but I knew I was going to do this, so I brought another one. That's why I didn't use a fancy one this time and just used a.
Science is awesome.
I know. Yep, guys, we should have an entire series on different Qurans and what they do to different beers and stuff like that. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. I got this stuff leaking all. How am I going to clean all this stuff up? Oh yeah, Quran pages. Clear up all this beer. All right, got it. Oh man,
guys, this is what Mohammed Hijab and the Orthodox Muslim want. They know the rules. They know
the rules and they do it anyway.
What they get,
and that shows what level of panic mode they're in.
Well, this is what they want. They want the Quran desecrated. Okay, it's quite simple. You act like a gentleman. You don't do this kind of stuff. This stuff won't happen. That tells us
still leaking, man.
That they want this to happen. So go ask them why they want the Quran desecrated. Be sure to go ask them on X why they want the Quran desecrated so much, because they're causing this. They know the rules.
Okay, this was messier than I anticipated. Look what you've done, Hijab. You've not only gotten beer all over the Quran, you've gotten beer all over my room. But
You should get a prayer mat and use it as a towel to dry things up, too.
Yeah, or no, I got plenty of Quran pages I can spread out. I just want to see if it just does it like. Did it already like use all the? Did it already use up all the foam, or like will a new page in there like make it foam up again? I don't know. It's an experiment. Okay, I think some of the foam. Okay, it's not foaming as much now. Anyway, here's my Quran beer. It's my Quran beer. I got real Quran here. Heineken made with real Quran pages, everyone. All courtesy of Mohammed Hijab and Orthodox Lips. Look, he's still looking at his mouth. Look at his eye level. Looking right at his mouth. All right.
Again, why?
Creepy stuff. This dude is into some weird stuff, I can tell.
Thing of one.
We were waiting for him.
As soon as he saw your face, he got really,
exactly.
Really worried.
So what he does, he doesn't want the same thing to happen because he saw that when he and I debated,
yes,
it didn't go too well for him.
Yes.
I think the debate has over 200K views now.
Yes,
check it out.
Yes, and how can they check it out? What's your
the Orthodox Muslim on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram? Orthodox Muslim, same thing.
You're live every day, aren't you?
Not every day, but a few times a week.
Yeah,
a few times a week now. But yeah, ever since. He has not wanted to participate in another debate.
I can imagine.
By the way,
well, I don't know if it's even worth it, knowing that he's a man of.
Hey, IP. So, this was a debate like how long ago?
I think over a year ago or so. I don't remember the exact time it was, but yeah, it was. It's funny is that Avery actually went to his stream, cooked him. Then I think they also had the debate as well. And then the deal was Orthodox Muslim agreed to come to Avery's stream sometime and debate him further on another topic. He still hasn't done that. So if Avery's not the one running, because the Orthodox Muslims, I believe he said he'd come to his stream and he still hasn't done it. So I think Avery's just waiting on that. But now because he's started calling
I'm guessing
Christina
that ship. I'm guessing that ship has sailed, right?
Yeah, because he's now acting like this, and so now he's blacklisted. It's quite simple.
Yeah,
but I mean, he's not that smart anyway. I mean, when I debated him, he didn't know anything about the Roman Empire, yet he's claiming that Islam ended the Roman Empire. So I exposed him on how ignorant he was about history, and so yeah, he's not even worthy at this point. Like,
yeah, and I would just say, Orthodox lips. One, you want to be Avery. You copied his even his little little picture and stuff like that, but you did duck lips and stuff, which is why we call you Orthodox lips. But look at how Avery's done since your debate. He's about to hit 600,000. He'll be well over 1 million by the end of the year. People are loving him. People are loving him. You, I mean, you know, you're kind of the rising guy. You're not rising like Avery, man. You never will.
No,
you'll let me predict this here. Orthodox lips, you will never in a trillion years be as popular as Avery. So give it up. But I can sit here and call his wife a whore. Yeah, you can do that, but it's just freaking pathetic. Anyway, let's see this.
Insignificant stock.
Cuckery.
It's an insignificant stock. I mean, to be honest, that's the problem with the Christian debate team now, is that they're all misfits. They're all, you know, ruffians. They're all kind of lowbrow, weak individuals with very poor track.
And guys, what was his evidence? What was his evidence that we're all misfits? Well, look at what David did when he was 18 and has never done since after he became a Christian, right? Look at what, look, Avery's wife had a bikini pic from when she was a teen. Oh my goodness! This is what they're claiming. This is the proof.
And they're attacking us, but you know, Mohammed Hijab now knows that if I show up, he gets a little terrified and starts to cower and run away.
Terrified.
Records in their personal lives.
Yeah, so he can say all this stuff when no Christian apologist around, but the moment we show up, he runs. So, you know, he's like one of those guys like, I'll take anybody. And then we show up and he's running, cowering behind Dean.
That's not what I meant by saying I'll take anybody. I meant in the zoot sense.
Yeah, we mentioned Sam Shimon. I mean, there's all of these people are just... Who else?
Oh, yeah. So I didn't tell you about this one.
Yeah.
So Inspiring Philosophy has hired an employee recently.
Who is this man?
So Michael Jones from Inspiring Philosophy.
Hey, this on you. They put your picture up, man.
Oh, good. Yeah.
All right.
Pooping.
This is about you now, buddy. Let's see.
I don't think I know.
White guy is he sounds like a kid. He has a crackling voice.
Sure. Christian.
Anyways, yeah.
Look at this, you guys. You hear him acting like he doesn't know Inspiring Philosophy, even though he's been challenged to debate him for years. Oh, who's this? I've never heard of him before. And then when IP actually calls into his live stream, he won't bring him up until he brings up someone else to rescue him, and then he leaves. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? He knows exactly who he's talking about.
He knows exactly who I am. He's terrified of me. The actions speak louder than words, Hijab. You can't hide behind this excuse. Oh, I don't know who that is. You clearly know who I am, and it scared the hell out of you.
Yeah, you do. You coward. You sniveling coward. Imagine if this guy were who Muslims think he is. It's the same thing with Sheikh Uthman. If these guys were these heroes of dawah that everyone's running from, then every time a new Christian steps up, every time a popular Christian approaches them and so on, they should be ready to go. And instead they run every single time. Every single time.
A very popular Christian apologist, 600K on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's hired this other apologist.
Yes.
He's hired him as a part of his team to make videos for him, come on streams with him. His name is Than Christopoulos of Greek origin. As it turns out, I received something came across my desk and it was him sending pictures of him essentially bent over in front of a mirror in a Discord with kids.
Wait, this man was bent over?
Yeah, so he was
bent over.
So that's
Than.
false. Hey, so this is again, they're chronic liars. That is completely false. This is again, like, you know, with saying, oh, Chris was drunk. They just made this up. They're lying. That was in a server that was 18 older, and it was for bodybuilders showing off muscles because Than does competitive. He's done competitive bodybuilding. So
that deserves
he was
on page rip.
Sure, yeah. So this, notice they're lying.
Yeah. So, and by the way, what they did, he had some picture where he was wearing these little shorts, and he was bent over in front of his wife, and his wife was like sneaking up to grab his backside. And they posted the clip. Then they photoshopped his wife out of it, and they just show him in these tiny little shorts. And they say, "You see, he's posting this because he's gay and he's trying to get the attention of kids." This is what they do, guys. This is what they do. like evil. Guys, we don't need to make things up when we're exposing you, right? I mean, look at just what Malik has shown. Look at what has come out about Mohammed Hijab, the scandals and so on. We don't need to make stuff up about you guys, but you guys will just completely seriously, yes, he's gay and he's trying to come on the kids. And what's your proof? We got a picture of him in some little shorts and stuff like that. Oh, after you photoshopped his wife out of it?
Yeah. So again, they photoshopped his wife out of a photo again, which is really just just shows you how much of liars they are and how they're just really just trying to poison the well because they're so scared their followers will come and actually check out what we're saying. But again, he posted photos in an 18-year-old server that was for bodybuilders showing off muscles. And then the funny thing is, like, again, these guys are telling on themselves that they started showing the photos around with among all their Dawa bros. I mean, like, kind of weird that they immediately, again, where does the brain go? Oh, these are gay photos. Why is that your assumption immediately? Like, bodybuilders show off muscles all the time, and it's not gay. You immediately think that. What does that say about you and where your brain goes, man? It's pretty messed up.
Yeah, and Hijab loves to take off his shirt in front of dudes. We've got the picture of him like, look at me. And matter of fact, there are other pictures of like Mohammed Hijab with his shirt off, flexing with other dudes and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, if Than does it and his wife's in the picture, you just take his wife out of the picture and you see, they're gay, they're misfits. Hey,
I mean,
hang on.
Muhammad sucked on the tongues of little boys and spit in the mouths of grown men. Just because Muhammad did these things doesn't mean you can go ahead and accuse people of such evil, vile acts.
Yeah, and let me just point this out. So, Than posted a picture of him in some tiny shorts. Admittedly, this is just like totally dorky and stuff like that. But
yeah, I can show the original photo. I got it here.
I'll be putting your weird.
Than just sent it to me, just so if you guys want to like see what we're talking about. So Than just sent it to me on Slack. He's like, if anyone wants to see the photo, you know, it's weird, but yeah.
Okay,
it's just him and his wife just being goofy.
All right, guys. So we get this really creepy, weird stuff. But IP is insisting that I put this on the screen. Hide your kids, hide everyone. But here it is. Here you go.
Yeah,
so guys,
that's
Than and his wife. Yeah, guys. So that's
Than.
That's Than and his wife. He's leaning over in front of her. She's grabbing his behind. They photoshopped his wife out of it and then said, "Look, he's clearly gay, posing for gay people." That's how they roll.
That looks like a cute, fun pic. I don't know.
No, I still think it's pretty dorky, but it's the point is it's not gay and it's not meant to attract kids or anything like that. That's just a freaking lie. That's what they do. But I mean, think about this. We're pointing out all these things these guys do, and then it's but you know, if we Photoshop a picture, we can call him gay, and then they'll use that. You see, Christians are just nothing but misfits, and they're all hypocrites for calling us out. Hey, let me just ask everyone. Imagine this scene played out with Than and someone else. So imagine this story was about Than, right?
My favorite hadith.
Yeah, so I'll put Than here wherever it says Muhammad. And what would they be saying about this, right? So Abdurrahman ibn Abu Layla, quoting Usaid, blah, 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 said that while he was given to jesting and was talking to the people and making them laugh, Than poked him under the ribs with a stick.
Ooh.
The man said, "Let me take retaliation." Than said, "Take retaliation. Oh, yeah, you take all that retaliation. Yeah, take that retaliation." He said, "But Than, you are wearing a shirt, but I am not." So this guy's shirtless. "You are wearing a shirt, but I am not." Then Than raised his shirt, and the man embraced him and began to kiss his side. Then he said to Than, "This is what I wanted, Than. Oh, yeah, this is what I wanted." Guys, this is Muhammad. Yeah, Muhammad pokes a guy with a stick, right, to get his attention. Pokes him with a stick, and the guy says, I want retaliation. He says, "Take it. You take that retaliation." He said, "But you're wearing a shirt, and I'm naked." "Oh, don't worry. I'll pull up this shirt. Oh, yeah." And the man embraced him and began to kiss his side. Can you imagine if Than had posted a picture of some guy kissing him up and down his side? But
the title of the chapter is in regarding to kissing the body.
These guys are absolutely, completely, utterly, totally nuts.
And by the way, they ended up making a website called OnlyFans. The Muslims made this website. They made a website, and then they posted all the photos on there. So by their own logic, they just made a gay porn site according to their own reasoning. That's what they're doing. Again, they're always telling on themselves.
Yes, they are. All right, let's check this out.
This Christian apologist.
He was bent over, yeah?
He was bent over like Nicki Minaj, my guy, in front of him.
You guys, that's the one we're talking about.
That's
the picture we looked at where he was bent over. Why? It was with his wife. They photoshopped his wife out. He's just bent over. Oh my goodness, he's clearly gay.
Yeah, so he was
bent over.
Than. This Christian apologist.
He was bent over, yeah?
He was bent over like Nicki Minaj, my guy, in front of a mirror.
Mm-hmm.
And he was
like gave her his wife.
Exactly like Avery's wife.
Yes.
And there was also text messages that were exposed.
Mm-hmm.
And other kids on Discord were telling him that they wanted to hear his sexy voice.
The kids were saying this.
Kids.
So they're involved in pedophilia. See, look, this is incredible, bro. They're involved in pedophilia, rape, abuse,
everything under the sun.
What else did you want them to do? I mean,
yeah.
This is the morals. This is what it does for you. This is apparently how Christianity transforms your life.
Guys, did you just hear that? This is how Christianity. Lies. This is how Christianity transforms your life. They said, "What? Look, David, he's a rapist." They don't point out, even before Christian, and never did anything like that again. Shouldn't that be an example of how Christianity transforms your life? And they say, "Oh no," they act like, and then what? Everything else they made up except for what Sam did. And these guys are. This is evil, guys, and it's not like these are just random people. And you can find evil people anywhere. It's like the more evil and deceptive you are, the more popular you become as a Dawa guy. Why?
Yeah.
What is it about this religion that the more evil you are, the more popular you become?
They're trying to discredit us with blatant lies. I mean, this is how desperate they are. They know their religion is collapsing, and this is what they're resorting to. Pretty messed up.
What were you saying, Issa?
I have a question. So he's accusing you of sexual assault, which it doesn't sound like at all because it was consensual. But
it would still be sex with an underage girl. So that would be right.
No, I completely understand that, but I'm saying from what we've heard about the interaction, yes, legally it would be that, but there was a degree of consent. In his situation with Sister Aisha, I would say that would not be consensual. I would say that would be coercion. There was coercion that was being used in that.
Yeah, he's a religious authority over her, and people use their when people idolize them for these reasons and so on, then you can manipulate them, right? And you're like, no, this is why you should do it. I'm not sure. Come on, and then you just think, well, this guy knows. He's the expert on all this. So if he's saying this is all correct, then they roll it.
And the question is that sexual assault? Like, if he's accusing you of that, and you're trying to loosely tie that and say, well, you did sexual assault. Well, what he did too could also, in the same vein, be called sexual assault. If you're going to, draw out the definition, and he's not holding himself accountable. And it's very weird because some of the people say, well, in marriage, sexual assault doesn't occur. And like somehow this thing called marriage sort of is this cover for sexual assault. Like if it's a child, it is sexual assault. If someone's,
if you don't want to have sex and someone forces you, that would...
Yeah, It's sexual assault. And I think that's a problem to say, oh, I'm going to cover that. You can't cover it. Sexual assault is sexual assault, and that's it,
All right, guys, we got one more clip, and that's the new one that Hijab just tried to take down after I said I'm going live to show people what he said. And then he took it down, and he didn't realize I knew he'd be a coward and take it down, so I already downloaded it. Stick these super chats real quick. Gonna go quickly through these guys because we want to get to this clip. Can you guys do a video on Yahweh from Old Testament compared to Allah in the Quran? The God we know from Noah is not compared to Allah.
I mean, I'd have to look in. I'd have to compile all that. But yeah, that'd be something we could do for sure.
Just talking about the God of the Bible at that point. Issa is secretly Christian. He's David's equivalent to, I'm not racist, I have a black friend. See, guys, we get along with Muslims swimmingly. And I clearly don't have a problem with Muslims because, look, Issa's here, see? Issa's one of the good ones. Issa is the favorite goofy Sufi. In Issa's expert opinion, the true Islam is the goofism of Sufism. We're coming for you next, Issa, to the marching song of Alas, and did my Savior bleed. Get ready, bro. We're coming. God bless. He says...
What the true... I don't believe, if you saw my conversation with the apostate prophet, I don't believe there's a true Islam. I don't think that exists. So I think that's like I hate that when like these liberal Muslims go and say, all the Islam, it's really nice and sweet and it's beautiful. That's real Islam. I'm like, it's a version of Islam, but it's not true Islam. And then like when the ISIS say, well, we're the real Islam, like you're a version. Everybody, these are different versions of Islam. So I don't think there's a true Islam. That's my position on it, but I understand that people might have differing views on that.
What cringy things or mistakes do you see Christians doing when engaging Islam dawah or apologetics in general that you wish they should stop doing? Anyone have a response to that? I'd have to think about it. Cringy things or mistakes.
What cringy do you think
I see
Christians are doing when engaged?
I've seen lots of Christians who they're obsessed with being nice, and they don't realize that, especially Muslims from certain areas, they regard that as weakness, and like deep down, you don't believe what you're saying because you're not passionate about it. So that's one thing I see. What were you saying, IP?
I would say a lot of them, the mistake they make is they think they can just go up and share the gospel, and most Muslims are not going to be receptive to that. You need to tear down the Quran, the nation, before you can even get them to think of the possibility of Christianity being true. So you got to attack the Quran, you got to attack their foundations, and when you do, then you can share the gospel.
I agree with the IP, because what are you gonna do? You're gonna tell Jesus died on the cross for your sins and how God is triune and resurrected and all that. You're telling them to believe everything the Quran warns them about. So you have to get out there like the very foundation of their beliefs before you start even introducing the gospel, so they can be more receptive.
And Ned says, is this an inside joke? I'm not aware of it. Is Issa really a Muslim? No, Issa's really a Muslim, but he's Sufi, and he's way more... You're probably thinking of like Salafi types and stuff like that, and let's just say very, very, very different from a lot of the guys you're familiar with.
If the Salafis got control and they were running the government, Issa would be just as much, his life would be just as much as threatened as ours, because they don't consider him to be within orthodoxy for Islam.
Yeah, so Issa, you better hope we win, buddy. They look comfy together, casting. Hey, look at this. They look comfy together, casting couch vibes. That is true. Isn't Hijab Egyptian himself? Does he not realize he has African ancestry and can grow an afro with his coily hair? What is he smoking? I need some. Oh, yeah. Oh, he's smoking something. You could tell. Matter of fact, in the clip we're about to watch, he just seems like he's like stoned. And I've seen clips where he just seems like stoned out of his mind and stuff like that. But we'll find out. It's so telling that they say this about your past. Malik said it too. It's always something with these Christians. Yeah, always something with these Christians. Doing all this messed up stuff, then becoming Christian and stopping all that stuff. What's up with it? Don't they realize that once you convert, you should be 10 times worse like us? Yes, because the normative sense of shame and using it as a weapon against others is outside the Christian ethic. We mention our faults to glory, Christ's redemption of us in our wretchedness. This is your brain on Islam. It's got a frying pan. Any questions? Very rude. If Momo is involved, it's not grape. Including al-Zut. Orthodox lips to Mojab. You're my Mo. I'm your Dia. Classic. David can't help. The Dizzle is irresponsible. Lol. That is true. That is true. I can't help it. Hi, guys. And Mike Winger Jr. You guys rock. Lol. When's the next episode of the Demo Ranch coming out? Also, D-Wood, I love your channel.
Wait, why did he just insult Issa like that?
Yeah, that's weird.
Calling him Mike Winger Jr.
Yeah, why did he call him Issa Mike Winger? Yeah, they're both nerds, but come on. Very strange. Next episode tomorrow. Might be in the evening, but tomorrow. Let's see. Issa should start a reaction channel. Issa has the best reactions. Just have Issa listen to Zut jokes and other funny stuff for an hour a week. Yeah, and then you got all the content you need. Mohammed Hijab looking at his duck lips. Gay, or Allah made it appear as so. It's literally the blind leading the blind when it comes to da'wah. Absolutely it is. Hey, David, looking forward to you serving a Quranic lasagna sometime during a live stream and maybe even opening an all-you-can-eat Quran buffet. Yeah, I might need to cook up some Quran lasagna. No, it doesn't fit. Ida for prepubescence is dumb because of low risk of pregnancy. Yeah, it's dumb. Sounds like Sheikh IP needs to do a teaching about Quran 434 for Orthodox.
I did.
Hard.
I did already. I did one on women in Islam, and that was one of the first things I did was just show that, yeah, you can hit women in Islam.
Mimi is definitely doing muta with duck lips, 50 Shades of Gay. Come on, what's wrong with you guys? Can we just call Libiano Libby or Lesbiano? Yeah, you can.
I call him Libby, yeah. Anytime he calls me Mikey, which is supposedly an insult, I just call him Libby.
Are the Dawa guys idiots? Yes. Or geniuses
Yes.
steel manning the world's worst position? Central Dawa tried and sunk. Yeah. No, they seem to just be idiots. Who's the big spoon? Come on, you know. Issa, brother, you're a great sport. I know you don't think I like the Dawa guy. I know you don't think I like the Dawa guys, but it's still got to be tough listening. Love you, brother. Praying for you. Hope you come to Christ.
Thank you. Appreciate
Shame on you. Shame on you for attacking Issa. Hey, apostate of Allah, looking beautiful as always. Is that the hoodie Malik keeps advertising? Where can Where can code Malik did this take $10 off too?
Well, ISO Elohim has a website. You can go ahead and check, and you can go cop yourself one. It's pretty good. It's awesome. You have a polyester. I have the cotton because I like the cotton better, and there's a nice hood. And look, I like these. Yeah, so
yeah, very stylish. Very stylish.
And they're comfy.
Very stylish, has a powerful message, but yeah, they are actually comfortable. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and get your hoodie here. There you have it. Link is in the description box for anyone who wants one of the Quran hoodies.
My favorite part is you have, because it's Islamic dilemma, so you have Bible, you have Quran, right? My favorite part is like how in the inside she has stuff like about what the Bible says about thinking and not thinking inside by the Quran, and how the Quran side is almost empty.
Yep. So guys, if you use the promo code Malik did this, you get $10 off of 2. So you can get one for yourself and one for a friend, or you can be super cool and just get 2 for yourself like a boss. All right. Libiano after that, Mojab in the Zut sense. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Libiano after that. Wait. Let's see. Oops. The things he's saying about GodLogic's wife meets both state and federal legal standards for slander, and if they are getting paid from YouTube or anywhere where this is streamed, they profited from their slander. Yeah. Did Malik say duck lips was a criminal? Lol.
Yeah. Yeah, he said that also they record all conversation. Like 2 of his friends, I think Leafy and Dean, just record all the conversations they have because he's a criminal, is what he said.
Oh, by the way, that's why Malik controls Libiano, right? Like, Libiano put that out, but it was because Malik told him to, right? Malik is the one who's been going after GodLogic's wife. And then all of a sudden, Mohammed Hijab and Libiano, after Malik is threatening to expose Libiano for more, and then all of a sudden Libiano, I mean, what was Malik demanding? He wants people to go after GodLogic's wife, and he wanted me and AP blacklisted. We were supposed to debate. Me and AP were supposed to debate Ortho Duck Lips and D's response. And then they canceled it because Malik ordered them to. Why? Why are they listening? Why are they taking orders from Malik? Because he keeps all the dirt on them and he uses it to control them. This is how screwed up and dysfunctional dawah is. They all keep dirt on each other and they use it to control each other. Which Sahaba was it again who hit non-Muslim women who did wear hijab, so non-Muslims aren't even supposed to wear it, and now they let revert sisters go without because not real sisters? Shambolic, these guys talk like 12-year-olds. Yeah, because that's who they're attracted to. It is poetic that he works to fund a Zionist in Douglas Murray. That is right. Hijab has to give money to Douglas Murray, a gay, atheist Zionist. Even the worst of beer does not deserve a Quran. Well, you know, desperate times call for desperate measures. Don't you think that ignoring Malik would be the most effective tactic against him? He obviously craves attention, so shouldn't we stop indulging that? No, you're talking about you're talking about a different category. This guy spends his life doxing people, trying to get them killed. Oh, we'll just ignore him. Okay, he's going to keep doing it forever. He's going to do it to other people, right? When I see he's going around doing something like this, then what do? We get his attention so that he comes after us, right? Why? We can deal with it, and we will make him completely implode, and then he will go to jail. If we don't deal with it, he's going after everyone else. I don't want him going after anyone else. If someone's going after someone, come after me. What the heck? And then I know I can win. So, yeah, no, lots of time. Guys, it depends on the situation. Sometimes you want to ignore a narcissist. There are times when you want to ignore an attention-seeking narcissist. There are other times where you want to feed the narcissist so his head gets bigger and bigger and bigger until he causes maximal damage. It depends on the situation. Who do we want running dawah? What have I spent years doing? Now, the initial view was to get all of their dawah guys to be narcissists or psychopaths. For some reason, the psychopaths don't take over. They end up with all narcissists. I do not know why. I do not understand it. Psychopaths it seems to me like they would be a perfect fit, but they always go for the narcissists. And so now the entire dawah scene is populated entirely with narcissists. You could pick any ideology in the world. Get all the public leaders of it to be complete narcissists. They will destroy it for you. You can sit back and watch. Why? Because they're going to love the attention on the way up. But once they're all at the top of the scene, then each one of them wants the attention for themselves, and they'll all start trying to destroy each other. And guys,
this is what's happening already. I mean, like Daniel Akikachu and Jake started fighting, but now Daniel's also attacking Ali Dawah. And then Sheikh Uthman and Daniel are fighting. And then everyone turned on Jake this year as well. So, I mean, like, it's not like there's like two factions in the Dawah community. There's like dozens. Like, they're all at each other's throats. I mean, I even just saw Muslims today attacking Mohammed Hijab on X for his presentation of like a cosmological argument or evidence for that or something. So, I mean, like, even like these little things, they're just going after each other. So, I mean, yeah, they're self-imploding and they're constantly attacking each other because, as David said, they're all narcissists. They all want to be the top dawah guy. Anytime one of them rises up, they all start attacking him, throwing the dirt on them. Meanwhile, right now, GodLogic is rising. We're all supporting him. We're like, yeah, that's great. You go. Yep. Absolutely.
Yep. And what does GodLogic do? He helps. He sees new guys come along. He helps them. Yep. He helps them. We all are glad to help each other. These guys view other dawah guys as competition. Wait, what was that? Oh, yeah. Issa, as an ex-Muslim, I'm praying you'll come to the Son of God instead of being in stubborn rebellion for the rest of your life, Issa. Why is Than in the... Why is Than in the Zut position? Yeah, that's what they should have said. Why is he in the Zut position? To be fair to Duck Lips, he has no neck, so it must be hard to move his head. That's why he keeps looking at Muhammad Hijab's lips. Okay, that's a good defense. That's about the best defense.
He can move his eyes up.
Yeah, it's not... Yeah, if you say his eyes only go in one direction, his eyes are glued to a certain direction, that would be something else. By the way, it's just a goofy wedding anniversary pic. That's Than's story. Don't know if we can believe that.
Nah.
It's a good pic.
IP, if Issa is in the Quran, but Arabic would be Yasu, does that mean Issa was going by Greek translation, verifying the original gospel manuscripts at the time? God bless you all. Quran desecration again. It's actually disputed about, no one's certain about where they get Issa from. So guys, like Jesus' name in the Quran is Issa, and Muslim scholars can't figure out why. Some think it's like a special name for Jesus that Allah uses and stuff. You have the idea that it actually came from the Greek Iesus and went through some other language and then ended up transliterated as Issa. You have the idea that it was a special literary name to parallel with Musa and Issa and so on. And then you have the view that Muhammad, because keep in mind, Muhammad wasn't around a lot of Christians. He was around a lot of Jews. And you have some people who think that Jews were calling Jesus Esau because Issa is Arabic for Esau. That Jews were calling him Esau as like an insult, like Esau, the enemy of the children of Israel. And so they're calling him that in a derogatory sense. And Muhammad didn't know any better. He just started using it. But, yep, kind of no one knows.
Yeah. I mean, it could. It'd be kind of hard to say that because in the Bible, it's Jesus. That's the Greek transliteration. I have a hard time seeing how Issa comes out of that. So
that's the thing. It would have had to gone through some other language where something got dropped off or something like that. Let's see. We need a segment on Omegla where we read naughty Muhammad hadiths to people without telling them where it's from and tell them after to see their reaction. That would be funny.
Yeah, that'd be a good IRL thing.
D Wood, looking forward to your video on manipulation tactics. D Wood equals narc slayer. I think, yeah, narcissist. Do you guys think encouraging a strict Salafist to adopt a less sectarian view is a good idea? I mean, I'd rather people with extreme views become less extreme, but at the end of the day, I'd rather just convince them that Islam is false.
Yep.
Imagine being blackmailed by Malik, the same guy who exposed them too. Lol, I know. It's hilarious. It's hilarious that they're all so scared of him. After he exposes them, they're all like, okay, whatever you say, man. And then they just remain under his control. It's ridiculous.
He's got more dirt on them, probably.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And because he keeps on and here's the thing. Remember what he did with the Warner. The Warner just called him a Mossad agent. And he didn't just go after the Warner. He went after all the guys that Warner rolls with. He went after Sneeko, Adam Saleh, Slim, Muslim Leonard. He exposed all of them. So his message is, if one of you guys gets out of line, I'm not just coming after you, I'm coming after everyone associated with you. So that makes that, I mean, that's evil, but it's smart. It's the smartest you'll see from Malik. That means that if someone's like, no, I'll take a stand against it, there's other friends like, no, do not, because he's not just coming for you. He's coming after me too. So, yeah, matter of fact, that was in that movie Under Siege, where they take over a battleship and stuff like that. But they're terrorists. They take over a battleship, and one of the U.S. sailors is like, no, and he just charges them, and they shoot him, and then they shoot another dude, and he goes, warning: if you decide to be a hero, I won't just shoot you, I will shoot the one beside you. So now you know it's not just your life you're risking. So all these Dawa guys now, they have to obey Malik because it's not just their career, it's all their friends' careers. In a YouTube video from Pakistan, married Muslim men were asked if they want second wives. Almost all of them said yes. When asked if they would like their daughters to become second wives, all of them said no. Why do Westerners defend these people when they are such hypocrites? Muhammad was like that too. Muhammad took the wife of his best friend, Abu Bakr, but then when his companions proposed marriage to his daughter, he said, nope, she's too young. Get out of here, perverts.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff, crazy stuff. No comment there, but thank you. I asked Jesus why it's so hard to get Muslims to think critically. I believe he said, the spirit clouds the mind of its followers. I believe this goes for other religions. Islam is the religion of many Candace Owens. Right there. And then we have Libby was about to put those duck lips to work. What's wrong with you guys? It's a good, clean show. What is the best recipe for the Quran? I see you eat. Hey, this is JP Uncut. I see you eat it naturally at times without seasoning, but other times you add bacon. Help a black man out. I have to say it is way, 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 way better wrapped in bacon and cooked. Like 1,000 times better. Like I would totally eat it even if I wasn't trying to respond to some of these disgustingly evil people. I never see a more zesty talk show than Hijab's. Yep, definitely zesty. All right, guys, I know it's been a while. If anyone absolutely has to cut out, you can. But we're on the last clip. I think it's like 6 or 7 minutes.
Yeah, this is from the recent live stream he did.
That Hijab took this down. Yeah, Hijab took this down when I said I was responding to it. So I think he thought, oh, I'm going to ruin David's live stream. He won't be able to play it. Yeah, anticipated that dummy and already downloaded it. And here's what he was saying. He starts off, he's talking to you, and he was talking about you, IP, for a while. But it was just like, Superboy, where is he? What's he doing?
Yeah, I came in his live stream. Yeah, I came in his live stream and tried to have a conversation. He hid behind Dean Responds. They eventually kicked me because I said, listen, Dean, I'll have a conversation with you as long as Hijab comes back in and agrees with verbal confirmation. He'll have a conversation with me after. Well, he didn't do that. So I was just going to keep pointing out how cowardly he was, and they eventually kicked me.
Hang on. I want everyone to hear that because they keep lying about it and saying you ran and stuff. So you show up to Hijab. It's Hijab's ready to take on everyone, not in the Zoot sense, but maybe given what we've seen. But Hijab's just like, hey, you want to call in? You can face the champ. So you actually call in, and Hijab sees you in the queue, and he's like, nope, don't want to do with this. This is going to be too embarrassing. So he brings up, who was it, Libiano or Duck Lips? I mean, Libiano or
Dean
Deez?
Responds.
So he brings up Deez Responds. He brings up Deez Responds, and then Hijab just leaves. And then it's like, okay, so you're going to face Deez Responds. And you say, I'm willing to debate you, Deez Responds, right now, if there's an agreement that I can debate Hijab afterwards, because that's why you were on there. And so they wouldn't agree, and so you leave, and then they say, you see, he's running.
No, I didn't leave.
Okay, you stayed.
I stayed. They kicked me. They eventually kicked me out.
Oh, they kicked you. You see, he's running. He's scared to face Deez Responds. IP agreed to debate both of them, and he's the one running, guys. That's what liars you're dealing with. That's what compulsive chronic liars you're dealing with.
And by the way, we were getting more views before I went up than they were getting on their stream. So there were more people watching me just waiting to go up on my stream than were watching Hijab's stream, which was bothering them. So then after he starts saying things, that Michael Jones, who I clearly know nothing about, why don't you come back in the queue in my back? I have a special announcement for you. And so I'm on my stream. I'm on with Nick and Than, and we're getting a lot of super chats. I'm like, no, that's not an agreement for me to have a conversation with you. That's an agreement for you to come back and tell me something, and it's going to be super messed up and weird. And sure enough, we were right, because he eventually said, if you want to have a conversation with the champ, you have to get on your knees and beg for it. I want you to beg. And I was like, really are messed up, man. Like, you clearly ran for me, and now you're just trying to do damage control. You messed up.
You mean like how Mohammed was on his knees begging the men of Al-Zut?
And it just shows the mindset that's like the fallback point. You could be a total coward, but then just start thumping your chest for your idiot fans because you know they're stupid, and you just roll with it. All right, guys. So there's a little bit because I got it towards the end of Hijab whining about IP and calling him hillbilly and stuff like that, and then it's gonna switch. Let's see.
The hillbilly. He's on his own live. Oh, people are even calling him hillbilly on his live. Look, take a look. He's got a live here. Can we? Where has he gone? Can we tell the hillbilly to come to? Can you put some kind of a comment on my behalf to the hillbilly? And just tell that hillbilly, the redneck, can you tell him with his stapled nose to come to the room, please? Yeah.
With
all is he high?
Entry requirements for you.
Yeah. No, he seems extremely high.
Because now you crossed the line, you see.
Yeah, he seems like and you'll see
drunk,
it.
Man, and
either drunk or high on some sort of like weed or something like that. Yeah, but yeah, definitely.
Now you've crossed the line, you see. We've sent him. So it's there. You can probably see it, right? Where's the hillbilly gone? The entry requirements. Yeah, that's right. You heard it right. Entry requirements.
He's an expert on the entry requirements.
Now, notice they're
Come
not
on.
calling me back to have a conversation. He wants me to come back in the queue.
So he can he's saying he's going to give you the rules and requirements for what it will take for you to have a conversation with him. Even though it's like, hey, you want to talk to Mohammed Hijab? Do it. So you do it. He runs. He brings up D's responds. They kick you. They see you're live. You got more people watching you than they do. And then it's bring him back up. Why, for debate? No, so I can tell him what the requirements are for facing the champ. Yeah, the requirements are you not actually knowing who they are and what they know. That would be the requirement. Then you'll face somebody. If you don't know who someone is, you don't know what they know, and you think they don't know a lot or something like that, or you think you could take them or out rhetoric them or something like that, then you'll face them. If you actually know you're about to get humiliated. He already learned his lesson from Avery. He probably thought when Avery came up, yeah, you know, I can take this guy. I got this guy. I control the mute button. I control the comments that are popping up. I've got this. And then he gets crushed. He just gets crushed. And so he's kind of learned his lesson, guys.
And by the way, when that 7 minutes I was talking to Dean demanding Hijab come back on his own stream, Dean let the cat out of the bag. He said, you just think you're going to catch Hijab off guard. So it's clear, you know, Hijab was worried he's going to get caught off guard. And that's why he hid behind Dean responds.
Oh, yeah. So it's funny because like from D's response perspective, he's like, oh, Hijab will bring me on because he really respects my knowledge. When in Hijab's mind, it's like throwing him in front of the... like, okay, he'll get embarrassed. Okay, let D's response get embarrassed, not me, right? Yeah, so he tossed him out there as the decoy.
Mr. Jones.
Mr. Jones.
Me and Mrs.
Tell me how high this guy is, guys.
Mrs. Jones.
Is this a James Bond villain?
What'd you say, Issa?
I think this is a James Bond villain here that we're looking at.
Like the worst James Bond villain ever, man.
Mrs. Hillbilly. Me and Mrs. Jones.
Deliberate some medication might be.
Oh, yeah. Me and Mrs. Hillbilly. Me and Mrs.
Still going.
Mrs. Hillbilly.
Guys, think he could be debating IP right now.
He could have been. Instead, he wanted to sing for and torture his followers.
No. He's not sober. Period.
Yeah, no way. No way.
There's no way.
No, he's not. No, he's not sober.
Me and Mrs. Hillbilly. Oh, where is the redneck? Where did he go? Where is the hillbilly? I want him to show. Come on. Is it?
Guys, this is the Mohammed Hijab Dawa show where you can call in and debate the champ. You call in, if he knows he's going to get crushed by you, he throws someone else in front of the bus. And
meanwhile, while this is going on, I have no idea this is going on currently. We're just over on my stream laughing our asses off at how much of a coward he was. We're taking super chats, and we're getting like close to like 2,000 views. I'm pretty sure we even went over that at one point because again, all the Christians were just dumbfounded about how pathetic he looked when he ran from me.
It's pretty crazy.
Hillbilly there, yeah. I can't believe this hillbilly. Why is he not coming?
Because you're not in charge. We're not your Dimmy.
Oh my God,
and what do you mean? Why is he not coming? Because you're not agreeing to a debate. You're telling him to join you so you can speak down to him and tell him what it will take for him to face the champ. In other words, you have all these hoops to jump through, which you didn't have for everyone else. Isn't that weird?
Is that who I think it is in the chat? I think this is.
I have to say, your tajweed was on point with that little song there, though. It's better than the Quran.
Nick. No. It's Nick. There's somebody else in the chat, even more surprising than that. I think that's Avery's wife. Wait a minute, is that Avery's wife there? Wait, hold on, wait a minute, wait. Before you put her on.
Not.
Wait up, this is very surprising. What is that you? Wait a minute, let me just double check. Let me see. Before I put you on, Avery's wife is in the back by the looks of it, guys. Avery's wife is in the back. Yeah, you heard it right. Can we double check that's her? Can we see is it her? It's definitely her. Okay. Wow. So I know why she's here. Oh, wait a minute. What? Wait. I think I know why she's here.
He was not there, guys. He's lying. She was not there. He was lying.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy's
and
possessed,
some medications for real.
And they starts acting like he's unbuttoning his shirt or something like that, like Deez is there, or like Libiano. Look at him.
Wait a minute. Avery's wife is here. I think I know why she's here. I think I know what it is. All the talk that we were saying before. Wait a minute. What is it? I think that she wants to protest. And she wants to beseech me. She wants to ask me about the copyright strike. Is that?
There's no need to ask
Why
about...
is he unbuttoning his shirt, this weirdo?
I know. It's like extremely creepy. He's talking about Avery's wife, and he's like messing with his buttons the entire time, like he's about to get undressed. Extremely creepy stuff, but she wants to ask me about the copyright strike. No one needs to ask Mohammed Hijab about the copyright strike, because I think it was last Tuesday when the counter notification was sent in, and then it's 10 days. And so that'll be when. I don't know if they count the first day or not like that, but yeah, guys, like Thursday or Friday, videos going back up. Videos going back up on Avery's channel. And then we need to have a lot of fun with it. A lot of fun with it when this coward backs down. Because no way this guy wants to go to court over this. He's already... Can you imagine this guy in court? Mr. Hijab, have you ever been in a UK court where the judge said that your testimony is completely worthless because you're such a liar? No, that's never happened. Wrong! Here's the ruling right here. You're lying again. It would not go well for him. So, yeah. No. Videos coming back up this week, guys. Watch. But now Hijab can keep doing his little striptease here for his fans.
Is that right?
Look at this. You see, he's actually
Is that what you want to do? Is that what you want to do? You want that?
This guy is freaking baked. This is your hero, Muslims? This is the hero of Dawah? This is the hero of Dawah. Guy who,
high.
Yeah, he's stoned out of his mind. He's stoned out of his mind. He can't stop lying. He runs from anyone he knows will destroy him. And they're pretending that Avery's wife is there, and he starts acting like he's taking his shirt off. This is your guy. This is the guy. This is what's supposed to make us. This is what's supposed to draw us to Islam. Interesting stuff. Let's see.
But before I put you on, this is the question you're going to answer, Avery's wife. This is the question you're going to answer. Why should I? Yeah.
He is so stoned.
Why should I respond to your copyright? Tell me that, Avery's wife. Tell me why should I reinstate the video when it was clear that he was in the wrong? Tell me now.
Not clear that he was in the wrong, and you don't have to reinstate it. YouTube will reinstate it after you back down because you refuse to go to court because you don't want to get destroyed like you did by Douglas Murray.
Put her on there. And what are you willing to do?
Yeah, this guy's...
What are you willing to do, Avery's wife, in order for the video to be reinstated? Can you come on and tell us about that?
This is a whole mental illness. If he was studied, a new mental illness would be discovered and named after him. He's pretending like Avery's wife is there and just talking to the screen just so he can go ahead and think there's this drama that's happening. Just so he can go ahead and get views and people can go ahead and cheer Mohammed Hijab. This is a mental illness. This is not normal.
Yeah, it's not normal. It's not normal at all. This a pretty creepy dude here.
He needs to be studied.
Yep, this is there are some valid uses here. Sorry, Issa. He's crossing some lines here, man.
Uh-oh. Why did Mohammed Hijab do this? I don't get it. Why couldn't he just be a normal human being that, had respectful conversations? He could have just had a conversation with me, but he ran like a coward and then tried to do damage control.
That's
by
what he does.
attacking Avery's wife. And look what this is what he wanted. He knows the rules, guys, and this is what he obviously wanted. Why did Mohammed Hijab want so much Quran desecration?
Mohammed Hijab hates his God. He hates his book. He hates its prophet. He hates the ummah. He's doing this on purpose. There's no other reason. And he laughs he laughs like a possessed maniac because he wants the Quran to continuously be desecrated and ripped. Oh, this is the ant surah. Here we go.
It is pretty wild because they're commanded not to do this, right? That's Surah 6 verse 108. If your insults and so on, if your insults are causing people to attack your religion, insult your God, insult your prophet, you're not supposed to do it. You're supposed to stop. And they just don't care, right? They just don't care, which means that, like, they really don't care about obeying Allah. They just don't. No. And that is what is absolutely, absolutely insane about these guys. But wild stuff, man. Hijab did this. Hijab did this. Hey, Hijab, why you do this, man? Hey.
Yeah.
Why you do it, man? Huh? Why you do it?
All of this could have been avoided if he just would have talked to me like a normal human being, but he was way too stoned out of his mind.
Yeah, you see that?
Fucking psychopath.
Pain can't kill you, man. All right, let's go back and finish this up.
Okay.
I don't know if you're playing anything, David. We're still on the screen.
He's not.
Hey, you
thought it was playing, man. Wait, why did it
You're
send
not
me
playing
over here?
anything.
Why did it send me over to
what
this?
are you doing wrong?
It sent me
What
to
is
a
this,
file
amateur
page.
hour?
Send me to a file page, man. What the heck? Okay, let me click this.
She's sitting there watching the video.
I think she's coming on now. Oh, there she is.
Oh, see, they're pretending, and they put up
What did you say?
evil.
Yeah.
Pretty messed up, guys.
Evil.
I need something else except for just ripping up Quran pages.
Don't worry, we got plenty.
Yeah, we have everything you're looking for.
This is it.
We have everything you're looking
Oh
for.
my gosh.
What?
Oh my god. She said we have everything we're looking for. So if
what?
Continue. Just like this is very anger inducing. I need to do something else but rip the Quran. I wasn't prepared. I didn't see this. I thought we were just gonna be simply ripping up the Quran. I didn't know it was this terrible.
It's pretty bad, but that's what you get with the job.
I mean, yeah, again, remember, his qualifications were for me to have a conversation with him after I embarrassed him and made him run, was I had to get on my hands and knees and beg. So,
Yeah,
again,
I'm just gonna make
this
it
is the
into
kind of
Quran
weirdo we're dealing with.
Pretty creepy dude.
And by the way, I have said there's no way I'm going back to any of his call-in streams. I gave him a chance to be a man, and he ran. So if he wants to redeem himself, he can set up a moderated debate with me. Yeah, I gave him a chance to be a man. I obviously knew he wasn't going to be, and he's going to do something weird or cowardly, and he chose cowardly. So the only way I'll talk to him now is he's got to set up a moderated debate with me. And I said I'll even do it in person in Britain. I'm fine doing that. So he could set up a moderated debate with me. We agree on a topic.
I'm not going to happen.
No, he's not, because he's a coward. He
0%
knows he can't
chance.
debate me.
And he knows he's on the way out.
Now this clip is going to be on the internet forever of him running from me, and there's nothing he can do about it. And he will not take the easy route to redeem himself because he knows he'll look like a fool in a debate.
if it's true, Avery's wife, that you have everything that we're looking for, and that you do anything, okay, in order to get the copyright reinstated and for the video to go back up, I have a proposition for you, and I have a proposition for Avery, and I have a proposition for Mr. Michael Jones. All the same entry requirements. If you want me to remove the copyright, or if you want to,
no one cares if you remove the copyright at this point, you giant idiot. YouTube is going to remove the copyright strike. I just like I guess he's like thinking like, oh, he could do it before YouTube does it, and then be like, oh, I was being generous, or I agreed, or something like that. But yeah, it doesn't matter what you do, dude. It's going back up.
Yep. If you want to come and speak to the champ, this is what you got to do, right? You got to go on your hands and knees.
Copyright claimers
all right?
and doxers.
You got to go on your hands and knees, all right?
You hear this? He's talking to
me,
Avery's wife, telling her to go on her hands and knees.
And me. He said it to me, Avery, and her.
Let's see.
Who wants to come?
If you want to come and speak to the champ, this is what you got to do.
What are you saying, Issa?
I wanted to say one thing. I've been thinking.
You're not rescuing the Quran here, buddy. Don't even try it.
It's your property. I can't tell you what you can't.
Good answer. Good answer.
I believe in freedom. I'm a person who's pro freedom, and that's I'm pro America, pro freedom. So that's where I stand.
Well, you're all right with me
on that issue. But the thing that I'm curious about is,
hang on. Check out the comment. Sorry for that distraction. Go ahead.
That's funny. The issue, I've been thinking about this. I'm like, the only reason Mohammed Hijab or any of these Dawagandist so-called da'is are popular is because they're famous. It's not because their rhetoric is good. Like, we've listened to him. He has nothing to offer. There's nothing impressive that he said. I saw your debate with him. I saw his debate with Avery. They were terrible. He had nothing to offer. He just, thumped his chest and was loud, laughed, and was like, he sounded like he was tough. I don't know who that impresses.
It impresses the product of 40 generations of first cousin marriage. That's why he knows his target audience.
I was thinking about like barbarians at the gate, like at Rome. Like it was like the barbarians at the gate. Like that's kind of what I think about, like people who are wearing no clothes and have axes, and that's kind of the image that I get are the people who are impressed by this type of
that is true. That is true.
Performance. But like I was thinking about this. I'm like, the only reason you're responding to him is because they're saying that this is their champion.
Yeah.
They're saying, look at my champion on his old battlefield ways. They're like, Mohammed Hijab, that is our champion. And you see him and you're like, what does he offer? Being loud?
I'm really strong than you. Well, guess what? That's how to impress barbarians. You're so strong. Me talk about you bending over and getting on your knees. Me strong.
Why would anyone get on their knees? The thing is, he needs to get on his knees. You know?
He probably does, man. I'm sure he does.
Maybe he is getting on his knees for duck lips. Don't you not see how they're staring at each other?
Yeah.
In ancient Arabian cultures, that was kind of a practice. There was homoerotic practices.
Oh yeah.
So it's not something foreign.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, let's finish this.
And it's Sunnah. Muhammad did the Al-Kalbi and 30 manivals too. So
let's see.
Right, you got to go on your hands and knees. All right, you got to go on your hands and knees. All right, I want you to get on your hands and knees, and I want you to put your hands together like this. You see this? And I want you to start begging the champ. I want to see. I know this is revealing some strange side of me, but I'm sorry to say, I don't mind the people.
It's revealing that. No, this is just how you are, Hijab. It's no strange side.
Yeah, we already know that.
Yeah, you're just a weird, freaking, creepy, sick, twisted, perverted dork.
We'll see it. I don't mind anyone see it. Okay, I want Avery's wife. She can start us off with the process, okay? I want you.
Ew.
You already know how to go on your knees very well.
Hear that?
And you were just saying to the people that, you know, you give you all that you want, and you worked in the sex industry, and you're working in all these kind of things. So you know very well how to get on your knees. So what I want you to do, since you know how to get on your knees, you need to now get on your
What
hands.
is the matter with him?
He's Mohammed. He's Mohammed Hijab. That's what's the matter with him.
It's disgusting.
But he's attacking and going after GodLogic's wife.
Yeah.
Because his ego has been hurt.
Yeah, because he got
Twice
crushed.
now.
Yeah, because
twice now. GodLogic embarrassed him.
Yeah,
GodLogic embarrassed him. He felt embarrassed when he ran from me, and now he's in damage control mode, trying to hype up his audience to pretend like he's still the tough champ.
Yeah,
but he's now been embarrassed.
What kind of losers
Christians
are
are not going after these idiots' wives.
Hey, who are you calling in?
We have more sense.
It's disgusting.
Yeah,
It's vile. It's vile and disgusting.
There it is.
I actually had a conversation with Nadir Ahmed.
Dumpster can.
It
What are you saying,
is.
Issa?
I had a conversation with Nadir Ahmed recently, and he was like, "Well, why are you with David? Like, why do you support David Wood?" I'm like, "I do." And he was like, "Well, you know, what's going on with this issue?" I'm like, "These people are saying they're going to attack wives. They're going to do all of this kind of stuff." I said, "What do you think about that, Nadir?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's pretty disgusting." Like he said, I can't.
Gosh, if freaking Nadir, if Nadir thinks you're too disgusting, that is crazy, man.
Yeah.
Because back in the day, Nadir was absolute bottom of the barrel. And now if Nadir's looking down going, wow, you guys are messed up, man, that is really, really terrible.
It's utterly disgusting what these people are doing, and and I was thinking about the other thing too. So you have Mohammed Hijab chest thumping. That's his argument. Then the other people are like these fraudulent philosophers. That's what I would call them. They're fraudulent philosophers. They don't know anything about philosophy, and they come in and they act like they know some words from philosophy, and it's just a grift, right? And I'm like, you don't believe in philosophy. You think philosophy is haram. So why are you using philosophy in debates? You know what I mean? That's the other thing I don't even understand. I listen to them like, what is his name? Muslim Apex and Dean Responds and all these people. I'm like, you don't actually understand philosophy, and don't you think it's haram? And you don't understand the Bible. They don't understand anything. Like, that's the problem that I see. I'm like, these people are the worst debaters. They don't know the information, and they don't even know how to argue these cases, and it's embarrassing. They're embarrassing everyone, you know?
It's pretty embarrassing. All right, let's see if Hijab has anything else.
And knees, and bring you know how to get on your knees. You need to now get on your hands and knees and bring your hands like this and start begging and say, can we have the video reinstated, master, sir?
Why would anyone want to do that when it's going to back
This
up
is
anyway?
what you need to say.
You a disgusting pervert from the pits of
And
hell.
Michael Jones, if you want to discuss with the champ,
Hang on, let's
this
see
is
that.
what you need to say. And Michael
I don't need
Jones,
to. One second. I wanna see
know
what-
how to get on your knees. You need to now get on your hands and knees and bring your hands like this and start begging and say, can we have the video reinstated, master, sir?
You hear this?
To have a
This
lame
is
debate.
Mohammed Hijab telling a black woman to call him master on her hands and knees.
Pretty racist, man. Pretty racist.
Extremely racist.
What a racist jerk.
Muhammad Hijab telling a black woman to get on her hands and knees and call him master.
Disgusting.
Yo. Yeah, go ask Mohammed Hijab why he's such a racist and sexist. Like, I mean, seriously, let his fans know that he's pushing this kind of stuff, and why are they supporting him as the face of Dawah?
One of
And
life's great mysteries.
And Mohammed Hijab earlier in the debate was talking all about race. He was so obsessed with race. He's like, this race does this and this race does that. I'm like, what's going on with you, bro? Like, he was obsessed with the race. And he also called Avery boy. I don't know if you saw that in the debate.
Oh, he said that like 500 times. And was just constantly like insulting and degrading him and acting like he must be an idiot.
Yep.
Even though Avery just annihilated him. That was one of the most one-sided things I've ever seen in my entire life. That was a brutal massacre. And I think Hijab, look at this. I mean, The plan was for him to start going live because he needs to make money to pay off Douglas Murray and get back to all his, hotel wives and stuff like that, get back to balling. And so his brilliant plan was, because, it's clear he's not going to make a lot of money from MMA and stuff like that, even though he tried that. But, hey, I know I'll go live, but I'll have a security blanket. I'll have Subwhore beside me. His name's Subwhore. So I'll have Subwhore behind me, and I'll have Libiano and Deez Responds on speed dial to rescue me and stuff. And with all of that, controlling the mute button, controlling who gets pulled up, controlling who they're going to face, controlling the comments on the screen, controlling everything, he still got so utterly embarrassed and humiliated that this dude, he can't even go live without being high out of his mind at this point.
Yeah,
Sorry, bud.
Mohammed Hijab looks like he's an expert on getting on his hands and knees, though. So it looks like he does it a lot.
Would not be surprising. You think, oh, we shouldn't say, we've heard what these guys are into. We've heard what these guys are into. They are into some sick, evil stuff. And we just saw Libiano looking lovingly straight at his lips the entire time. Hijab's eyes are up here. Here's Libiano.
Exactly. It's really disturbing.
Get a room, dude, man.
Really disturbing.
Casting couch. All right, here we go.
Did you know that Mohammed Hijab made a movie? He made a movie in 2024 called Burning Hands, where he's the star.
I saw the trailer. There was no scenario I was going to watch it unless it was just to make fun of it. But it looked like the most horrible thing I'd ever that could ever possibly exist. Yep. Hijab tried to be a movie. He's trying, guys. He's trying. He knows Dawa ain't gonna last. He knows it's not gonna last because people are onto him. People have caught onto his tricks. There's no Dawa path forward. So he's looking for something. He can't figure it out. He's getting desperate, and it's just sad and pathetic.
This is what you need to say. And Michael Jones, if you want to discuss with the champ, and you come in here and you're talking this and you're talking that, what I want you to do, the redneck hillbilly, is I want you to get on your hands and knees too. And once you go on your hands and knees, you're going to do the following with your hands, and you're going to start begging the champ. I want to see some begging today.
Everyone imagine what a pathetic guy this is, right? Mm-hmm. So now he's not talking about getting the video reinstated. He said, you want to debate the champ, you have to come crawling on all fours and begging him to do what? You have to do what? This is
insane. And of course, I don't need to. We got the clip of you, Hijab, running from me. That's on the internet forever now. So everyone saw me show up. You took off like a coward. Mm-hmm. So if anyone needs to beg for a debate, it's got to be you to redeem yourself. And I already told you, I'll do a moderated debate on a neutral platform. That's the only way I'm going to talk to you again.
He'll never do that.
Clearly ran from me. That's all I need.
Yep. Total coward. Let's see this again.
Beg. It's time to see begging. Beg.
This is Dawa, guys. 2026 Dawa. This is the state of
Dawa. It's time to beg.
This is the state of Dawa.
You already know how to get on your hands and knees.
This your hero. Muslims. Bro is an emperor. Look, they just keep praising him. Bro's an emperor.
What's going on here? Why are you not begging? You're already begging me.
Yeah, you misspelled loser, dude. You misspelled loser.
In one way. Mm-hmm. Now beg me the official way. Beg me the right way. Beg me the real way. Beg me on my terms.
Is this debating?
Beg me 50 Shades of Hijab way.
Ew.
50 Shades of Hijab way? Then that makes sense. He's talking about hands and knees and all this crap he's into. Golden shower. I mean, think what he's into. Golden showers and all this stuff. Yeah,
but notice
50
he's
Shades
saying
of
that.
Hijab.
Notice he's saying that to Christina and me. So he's bisexual now? That's really creepy.
Yeah.
Like his prophet.
He swings both ways. Yeah.
Swings both ways. So, yeah.
50 Shades way.
This is.
Let me get the cuffs.
You know what that is?
This is
You
what
heard he
Malik
said, "Let
was
him get
talking
the cuffs."
about when he
Let
said
me get the
protect all your
cuffs.
holes.
He said, "Let him get the cuffs." 50 Shades, and he
Oh,
said, "Let him
God.
get the cuffs." Let me back up. Watch this.
Wait,
David, this is what
50
Malik was
Shades.
talking about when he says you got to protect all your holes around these Dawa guys.
He's
He's
correct.
talking to a lot of
He's
men.
correct.
Too,
I didn't,
mean,
you know, I don't agree with Malik much, but he's right on that. This is some sick, gross stuff.
Yep.
Wait. Let me get the cuffs. Let me get the cuffs. Huh? Beg.
What a freaking loser, man.
Let's talk to someone now. We had enough laughs and jokes for a little while.
50 Shades of Hijab.
And guess what? That was the end.
That was the end.
That was the end of what they reposted on that new channel, and then took down after I said I was gonna cover it.
And guys, notice he says, let's just talk to someone. Oh, but not me because I don't have enough subscribers. We're just going to talk to some random guy.
We'll talk to a random person.
Mm-hmm.
This
weird.
is Dawa. Dawa in 2026, ladies and gentlemen. Dawa in 2026. Wow,
Perverted
wow.
coward. Perverted cowards.
Oh, my goodness. All right, let's take these remaining super chats, and everyone can share any final thoughts they have. Let's see. Not sure where I stopped. Oh, here we go. All right, here we go. Mrs. Apostate is gorgeous for real. What do you mean, Mrs. Apostate? What are you trying to do here? This ain't a hookup show. This isn't.
Thank you.
In Trump's voice, so high, no one's seen anything like it. I walked in and said, wow, this guy's high. He's higher than anybody. He's the best at being high. He's the best ever. This guy's possessed by the dumbest demon.
So was Mohammed.
Side by side of Hijab reciting to JP and singing to IP. Oh, that would be funny, right? There's a time when he's reciting the Quran to Jordan Peterson. And then, put that side by side with him singing a love song to Inspiring Philosophy here. I said this is not a hookup show, man. Don't be talking about... Anyway. Mrs. Apostate is so ride or die to defend her Christians. Got the Quran page ready, lol. Also, do you think Malik is funny? Malik is funny. I mean, he's boring most of the time, but he's kind of funny, and he's like stupid funny in like an endearing way, like like a guy who falls down on the ice. You hope he's not hurt and stuff, but it is funny. But yeah, Malik's funny. Let's see. Why Hijab? Why are you putting Issa through this? Isn't there a source that says it's wrong to embarrass Islam? That's what Hijab is doing, right? Yeah, I know. You're just torturing poor Issa here.
Mm-hmm.
Woke up, prayed, opened YouTube, seeing people munching Quran. We got Subhor, Mansoor, Whackass, Madik, Maloink, Anus, Mojab, Lipiano Orthoduck Lips, D's Responds, Ibn Ketchup, etc. What are these Dawa names? I know. It's like they come up with the dumbest names for themselves. But you seriously, Mansoor? And Subhor? Hakikachu had a debate with Nick Mattel, and someone asked Daniel about al-Zut. Daniel admitted it says writing and defended the hadith. Mattel died laughing.
You're kidding.
I still have to watch that. I've heard about that.
I have watched part of it. I only watched like the opening statements, but yeah, I got to get back to that.
Yeah, and I heard Daniel ended up saying something like, "Oh, it just means they were like debating with him and stuff like that." Like, wait a minute, he returned. He was in all sorts of pain. Then he had to take the walk of shame all all bent out of shape, back to the Diddy lines. Like, come on, they were debating. What do you come on? Anyway, I'm gonna have to see that. Even more Quran desecration now with Muslim approval. Snip Issa doing thumbs up. You see. This is extremely racist and sexist. The fruit of Islam. I hope we see him in court. Can we fund the Quran page tearing with super chats? Yeah, you could, but we don't need to. I'm happy to do it for free now. But yeah, we could in the future do something like that. Luckily, none of us are Momo's adopted sons. Then these accusations about our wives might have been true. Yep. I am super late to this, but I would love to stream with you, IP. I'll email you. Oh, yeah, that's Defending a Lion. He's the one who's got the Talmudic dilemma, but he has tons of stuff. Tons of stuff.
Cool.
Hijab was cooked by GodLogic as bad as Korah cooked herself, saying God was a created being versus Elijah Johnson apologetics.
Yeah. Elijah Johnson's one of those. Elijah Johnson one day I hope will have as much subscribers as GodLogic does. So everyone go subscribe to Elijah Johnson.
As a black ex-Muslim, what do you expect since Momo was racist and a grapey misogynist? Plus Subwhore is his diha. That's what we think. Title Quran experiments video to scientific miracles. Wait, title Quran experiments video scientific miracles. I don't know what you mean. What video?
I think you talking about the sign, like how you were putting the Quran pages inside the.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Because that was from way earlier. That was way back, way back when I was putting Quran in beer, man. That was forever ago. Mojab probably backs into doorknobs for fun. People are weird, man. Hijab, like Mo, is basketball player. He swings both ways. Momo begged 30 Shades of the Zut way. Yeah, I know. Why is he bringing up? Yeah, 30 Shades of Zut. That was so funny. That'd be a funny video. Get a Quran onesie with a Diddy line before debate. That'd be funny. IP Thanos and William Lane Craig went live. William Lane Craig?
We did that like months ago.
It was like 1,000 years ago. Went live. I understood 2 words. Oh, he's just talking about back in the day. I understood 2 words, A and D. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that would be a pretty nerdy conversation, to be fair. Malik should warn the narrative about the Dawa guys. And we have Elon wants Mars, Islam wants Uranus. Yo, it's 12. What's up, IP? Mimi Jeb literally made me start watching you, D-Wood. A lot of al-Zut going on. Shaking my head. Yeah, it is pretty creepy.
Yeah, 12 is an ex-Muslim. Just became a Christian, so praise God.
No.
Oh, yeah. He was on the other day. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I remember the name 12. That's the same 12, right?
Yep, same 12.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Yep, cool stuff. Because he's an ex-Muslim and hadn't even left Islam very long, but is like putting together like PowerPoint presentation and stuff like that too. Show it to others. So cool stuff. I don't know how blind one has to be to say what he says. Pretty darn blind. Absolutely. All right, we're done, guys. All right, final thoughts on everything. Sarah, what are you thinking about all this? Are you impressed with Dawah? Are you rethinking leaving Islam? Are you sitting there thinking, wow, I can't believe I left all of this stuff?
You know, I came here thinking maybe Mohammed Hijab would say something. Maybe he'll say something that'll bring me back and I will revert back to Islam. No. All he did was literally verify everything that I already believe about Islam. Everything that Islam talks about is the belittling of women, it's the disrespect of women, it's the ego thumping demonic. I like it. Islam is. I'm sorry, Issa.
Oh yeah.
But there's some things, like even the way that Mohammed Hijab laughs. It's like there is something genuinely wrong with this dude. He is possessed
He's not
with
right.
something, narcotics. This dude is narcissistic to the umpteenth level. He was screaming at a screen, pretending like GodLogic's wife was there in the comment section. This is a mental illness that needs to be studied. My gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's trash. But then you also have Orthodox that did a couple of months ago, or maybe last month, did a whole video calling all ex-Muslims whores. This is how they view women.
Yep.
And they're trying to get at God logic, and this is what they do with all the apologists, the male apologists who are married. They try to get at their wives in hopes that their husbands would stop. And they don't understand that's not what's going to work.
It's sick, evil, demonic stuff. IP.
But
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, real quick. I see multiple. I saw a couple times here, and I see like multiple times like in other streams. Like I'm on or my comment section. I am not Mrs. Apostate Prophet. I am apostate of Allah.
Yeah. Was someone calling
Yes.
you Mrs. Apostate?
Yeah, somebody here. I was like, I have to clarify that just to make
different
sure.
apostates. There are lots of apostates, guys. We're in the middle of the avalanche of apostasy. So lots of apostates. IP, final thoughts on anything before we close out?
I mean, this is the Dawa. It's collapsing. It's
Hey.
What do you expect? You have Mohammed Hijab on there singing and not actually doing debates.
Hey, you've only been you've only been engaging with these guys for a few years. It seemed to start after like that first. I think it was the first. Was it the first debate con or the second one?
It was one of them. It was Holy Cool. I debated Holy Kool-Aid there. You debated Kenny Boomer, and that sort of started to set me off. But then I got distracted again, and then Daniel Kikachu insisted I get more into attacking Islam.
Did you think it was going to be this bad and pathetic when you started, or you?
Absolutely not. No, Hijab is showing me how pathetic they can get, though.
Interesting. All right, Issa. Tell us what it's like seeing your heroes of Dawah behave like this. Tell us why these guys are your heroes.
Wow, that's it's an intense question. I think that it's insane that these people would even herald these people as heroes. It's really disgusting. It's really gross. The themes of sexual assault that we keep seeing are really disgusting. And I'm like, what can I say? Like, if you're like eating the Quran and stuff, like, what can someone say to that? Like, this is a response to people calling for sexual assault and abuse, and what the community should be stopping this from happening instead of these people being lauded and extolled. It's really horrific. And I mean, even like Mohammed Hijab is steeped with so many problems. He has the problem of the Misyar marriage. He has the problem of the Douglas Murray case. He has the problem of the he has the problem of the he has the problem of just like running from these debates and copyright striking. It's just really, it looks like you could make like a video called The Epic Downfall. There's this YouTuber that I like a lot. His name is Critical Drinker. So he reviews like movies and stuff, and he has a series where he does like the epic downfall of, you know, certain celebrities like Kathleen Kennedy, for example. You could have the Mohammed Hijab epic downfall, and you kind of start off talking a little bit about Mohammed Hijab's early life, and then just how everything sort of crashed, because he's in a free fall right now. It's just like in a really intense crash, and it's embarrassing. It's a really embarrassing thing for him. I think many of these da'is, it's really embarrassing. None of them are facing Christian apologists, and they should feel embarrassed. They should, you know, engage with these types of situations, or at least be honest. That's the one thing I've never seen in any of these debates, where people are like, yeah, I'm going to be accountable and I'm going to be honest and say, I'm flawed in this situation. But, you know, humility, you know, could only go so far, I guess. It's unfortunate.
Yep. All right. And so all I heard there was that was very strong. It's very strong and impressive. Yeah, guys, thanks for joining us. Hey, guys, I'm sharing a link right now. Life from Life Rants just posted a video that was when we were at Columbus State, and Avery had a debate with the Muslim from the Dawah booth there. And then after that, the Muslims started complaining about me being mean to the Quran. And we had a discussion. I haven't seen this video. I don't even remember what I said. But anyway, I just shared a link to Life's video that is me apparently debating Quran desecration over there. And so, yep,
Nice.
I'm going to have to watch it to even remember what I said there. But I'm sure it was probably pretty dope and awesome. Anyway, guys, Hijab has been slimy all along, liar all along, evil all along, but he's dialing it up. He's dialing it up, and so I'm happy. I'm happy to go along for the ride. I'm happy to go along for the ride. So we'll see what happens, guys. Oops, last second here. My new hobby is jumping on random Muslim TikTok streams and reading the Zut Hadith and dropping off. Lol, that seems like a good one. That's funny. And this was sent to me. Hijab meant peg me, not beg me. Issa, come on, man.
It's not my post.
Hey, look, you see that? Oh, Issa,
I can't say
somebody
who the person
sent
is.
me. Somebody sent me that. So it's
Someone
not
did
me,
send
guys.
it.
Don't blame me. It's not me. This other guy. We'll call him. We'll call him Bisa Shakir. Yeah, he sent that to me, so I went ahead and posted it. All right, guys, we're going to have plenty of stuff on Mohammed Hijab all week long because this guy is going down in flames and probably going to be irrelevant in the not too distant future. So we're gonna take our shots while we can and then focus on some others. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Catch you all next time.